Girl, I ain't gonna tell y'all I've been playing something for y'all. I ain't gonna even do it. I ain't gonna play myself and tell y'all I've been talking and didn't never hit the go live button. I ain't gonna say that I've been talking for about 45 minutes. And I wonder why ain't nobody popping up in the chat. I won't say that today, okay? I've been talking, y'all, and I ain't even. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. I'm so, God damn. If y'all want to hear some gangster music, put some gangster on for 'em, because I can't believe this shit. Wow, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yo, I ain't gonna tell you I've been talking for about 45 minutes and never hit the go live button. So I'm gonna just let this play for a few minutes and maybe 30 seconds and see. This is my little tracks I play when I'm exercising, y'all. This is a good workout. All right, y'all. So the first thing I want to share is how the old manosphere men have ruined what was little left of the black community. There is This is MLK Day. One happy MLK Day, baby. And that was a great man who tried to do great things for his people, right? But I want to say this here. That was a great man who tried to do great things for his people. Man, I went on a 45-minute monologue, y'all, and didn't hit the go live button. So I'm about to try to recap a little, but I kind of, I don't know. But anyway, I just want to say, I keep hearing all about this leadership and every man is a leader and blah 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 da 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 da. But if we look at our community with the gang banging, with the drug selling, with all of the stuff that's been going on, I have to ask the question, where were you leading us to? And then I hear the manosphere, which seem like all they want to do is be victims. And y'all not even trying to be victims of men anymore, of white supremacy. Y'all want to be victims of women. Y'all are the victims of black women who hold little to no power. What in the hell is going on? It's like we living in an upside down world now. Where the best, the strongest, the brightest of us are victims to the least. And it's just, it behooves me. But listen to these conversations. This is a man, BGS. Listen to him.
This is the environment we live in. Marriage is breaking down. It is what it is. They're only going to have one or two kids, and that's going to be it. Okay, and as long as the government can fund it, they'll do that. But the government is going to stop funding it eventually, and then you'll be back to square one.
He don't say why the government even had to start funding it. Was there a need for the government to start funding families? Why was that a need? The why is always very important. He just act like it was miraculous. They were they're funding it and it,
You want the best scenario, or you want the worst one? We want the worst. We deal with the worst one. It could happen next year. Oh, okay. That's the worst. It could happen next year. That's how far down it's gone. Okay. The dollar is going to be on the slide. With the current administration doing what they're doing, it's on the slide, and it's in jeopardy. That's why they have to raise interest rates while you getting the high inflation.
don't that happen every 5, 7 years? This nigga is not a prophet. This shit is repetitive.
Okay, that makes sense. And look, and wages are stagnant, but they don't have a choice. You have to defend the currency. So, in fact, I was looking at the earlier article about I think it was a central banker saying that this is a 70-style stagflation. The last time the dollar was really under pressure like this was after they went off the gold standard, 71. You got stagflation. It was 21 years ago, but it should be fully collapsed now. That's one of their it was a slow grind. I was alive. Slow grind, okay? The wages and hiring is going to freeze. Mm-hmm. You have low wage, you have stagnant wages, you have high inflation, and you're going to get, hopefully you don't get the highest higher interest rate, but you got a lot of crises coming up this year.
Fair use. But do you think this guy is smart? No. He should. This is when I say this manosphere shit is dumb and it is ruining the brain cells. When I go on these panels, y'all, and I hear these black men repeating talking points, I automatically start thinking they're just stupid because you can't have your own original thought. You live in this world, but you got to tell me what other men telling you. Is that your reality? Listen to this man. And then everything he's saying is so regular. Like he's talking like I don't know, maybe these people he's talking to are stupid. inflation, stagnant, all of this shit reoccurs constantly.
Now let me ask you a question. When you say government is funding, what do you mean by that? Funding what exactly? In terms of what?
Here you go.
Basically, the government is funding single motherhood. Okay. Because you got to have child because
Why are not how government is funding single motherhood? Now, I don't know about y'all, but for me, I was told it took two to make a baby. But in their belief, single motherhood is just the woman's problem. Listen to how he said it supports single motherhood, so woman and child, right? A woman and a child. What a fucking daddy at?
basically, the government is funding single motherhood. Okay. Because you got to have child because if the chick works, you got to put child care, you got to put schools, you got to fund a whole bunch of things to keep that chick working.
So for chick work, you have to have child care, you have to have public schools, a whole lot of things for to keep that chick working. What is a chick, y'all? Is a chick not a baby chicken? Is a chick not a chick is a baby chicken, right? It's not even an adult chicken, right? So he's talking about back in the 70s and 80s when we had little girls, 12, 13, 14, 15-year olds getting pregnant for adult men. 25, 28, 30-year-old men impregnating chicks, little girls. That's really what they're talking about. They're talking about when it was an epidemic because those mothers of those little girls was going off to work in people's houses. And grown men was coming around romancing these little children with things their mothers could not afford for them and making them feel special. And how they say don't take candy from a stranger. Well, that's what these niggas was. Predators. Preying on these kids. So we had to learn as women that these niggas was predators. So those girls who got taken advantage of started securing the next generation. And they don't like this. They don't like that we don't have an abundance of teenage pregnancies anymore. See, this nigga is talking about a past generation. He's not talking about today's generation because we don't have fucking chicks getting pregnant. We don't have babies getting pregnant no more. Well, we do, but it's not the norm. It's so low. It ain't even discussed no more. But he back in his sycophant days when the men went crazy and ravished the soon as that mother got on the bus to go clean up somebody's house, them men was there. Flirting and tricking and driving around the schools, the elementary and the junior high schools, trying to help your daughter because your mama's so poor. Girl, I could help you. I could take care of you. And here go the little girl. Oh, he's so nice. He bought me this. He did that. He really loved me. Because she's a child. She's a chick. She's an undeveloped, she's not a fully developed chicken. She's not a fully developed human. That's why they call you a chick. A chick is a baby. But that's what he really talking about. See, you gotta break down these motherfuckers' language.
Question: when you say government is funding, what do you mean by that? Funding what exactly? In terms of what? Basically, the government is funding single motherhood. Okay. Because you got to have child because if the chick works, you got to put child care, you got to put schools, you got to put a whole bunch of things to keep that chick working without these kids being in the street.
You got to keep that chick working, keep that baby working. A baby who got a baby. They got to do all kind of stuff. But they ain't going to never talk about where the daddy, where's the pappy? Because we watched all them old clips from Taz and from Nightish. We watched all them old clips. These were teenage girls getting, not even teenage, some of them was just 12. Brenda's got a baby, but Brenda's barely got a brain. A damn shame. The girl could barely spell her name. We heard all of these stories, nigga. We heard these stories. 12-year-old girls getting pregnant for 30-year-old men. We know this. But there's no accountability ever on the guy, on an adult man. That's why I be happy when they get locked the fuck up. They need to be locked under prisons. Because all they do is bring shame to that girl, to that chick, as you call her. That chick. Because that's all you is a chick. They don't want to call you a child or a little girl. No, they dehumanize you and call you an animal. You're a chick.
You have low wage, you have stagnant wages, you have high inflation, and you're going to get, hopefully you don't get the highest higher interest rate, but you got a lot of crises coming up this year. Now let me ask you a question. When you say government is funding, what do you mean by that? Funding what exactly? In terms of what? Basically, the government is funding single motherhood. Okay. Because you got to have child. Because if the chick works, you got to fund child care, you got to fund schools, you got to fund a whole bunch of things to keep that chick working without these kids being in the street. And if you don't have two parents that's switching off and taking care of it, she's got to have some kind of help, especially in these urban environments.
So do y'all think the government come in and help? The government come and babysit your children? Do the government come in and help you hold that bottle while you stirring that pot for the food? Where is the government? The shit he say is crazy. The government is giving you 2 fucking pennies to keep you from starving. That's it. That's all they would do. And you mean to tell me I took a productive, producing, providing man and I chose the government? That's like me thinking about my husband right now. And I'm going to go out and get on the welfare, y'all. I'm going to choose to go out there and get me some welfare. So I'm going to kick this man who gets out there and works hard. And I's raises the welfare. This shit is so... If your mama or grandmama took welfare over your granddaddy or your daddy, your granddaddy and your daddy was shit. They was shit. They took a check over them.
But you got a lot of crises coming up this year. Now let me ask you a question. When you say government is funding, what do you mean by that? Funding what exactly? In terms of what? Basically, the government is funding single motherhood. Okay. Because you got to have child. Because if the chick works, you got to fund child care, you got to fund schools, you got to fund a whole bunch of things to keep that chick working without these kids.
Let me skip past that because every time he said this fucking chick shit, it's actually driving me. So let me skip to this one. Shit, because he about to make me cuss him out.
That's what happened. They had a bumper crop of babies being born. Okay. Structure, understand the environment. I predicted this shit 76 years ago. A bunch of years. Which one? In other words, that's a euphemism, right? About being put out of the home, right? Really what it means is that black women preferred the check over the men. You have to learn it.
It's a euphemism. So the niggas wasn't actually put out the home. Because I've been wondering how the hell you put out a home that you paying for. Like, ain't everybody gonna get put out if I stop paying for this shit? How did black men get put out of a home, their own home? They must have wasn't paying for that shit. I mean, if I'm the provider and I'm paying for this house, think about it. If you go rent a house or apartment or whatever you rent, if you don't pay, don't you get evicted? Don't everybody got to go? Was it a point in time where they said, no, no, you ain't paying the rent, but we're going to let everybody in your house stay who ain't responsible for paying the rent, but you got to go and they ain't got to pay nothing. Like, this shit's sick.
Okay, trust you understand the environment. You can predict. I predicted this shit 76 years. The check over the mint. Which one? In other words, that's a euphemism, right? About being put out of the home, right? Really what it means is that black women preferred the check over the mint. You have to. There's no research to substantiate that. Yes, there is. Because number one, there's no brother. When you talk, I didn't say one word. Right, brother. Can you? Then I don't need to talk. I can just mute myself. You want me to talk? No, you can talk. Okay. In fact, we just looked this up, right? And previous to 1961, this is the first year of Monty and Sisters, right? This is why he called it Monty and Sisters, right? The welfare rate went up and down with men's employment. So what Kennedy and Moynihan did said, we're gonna drive down black male unemployment, right? Give them more jobs, they have to make more money. Guess what happened? That's where the scissors went in. Okay, it split. In other words, the black male unemployment went down, but welfare went up. Moynihan couldn't understand it, right?
But we can understand it because when them niggas got that money, they didn't look out for their families. They didn't look out for their children. They didn't look out for their people. That's the whole thing. When they started these advancements for colored men, they did these studies because they realized, God damn, how can we trying to hire y'all more and do this and do that, but y'all families are still going under? It's because these niggas was peacocking around, buying tailored suits and deciding to do drugs and do this, then, and they weren't providing for their own. How many of you guys knew guys who lived in projects, right? And they became rich, and their mom and their siblings still in a project. I knew guys who was in a project driving Mercedes and Lexus cars, living in a mama project and not giving her a fucking dollar. This is what I'm saying. It's not the women, it's the men. This study is really revealing that even when they do better, their families, their children are not doing fucking better. But you know what? I have come to realize on these YouTube streets, listening to enough of these men. These men want the women and the children to suffer. They don't love their women and children. See, white men have been conditioned to provide, and they feel kind of shameful when they can't provide for their families. I believe secretly these men want to see their children and their women suffer. I really do.
They have to make more money.
Listen to what he said. The black man is going to start making more money than ever, but the welfare rate is going to go skyrocket. Why would that be? If you're making so much money and you're able to provide and do all this here, but the welfare rate go up. Why? But I'm telling you what it was. It was little girls being left at home because their mom had to go out to work, and these predators was going to impregnate them girls.
Guess what happened? That's where the scissors went in. Okay? It split. In other words, the black male employment went down, but welfare went up. Moynihan couldn't couldn't understand it, right? And we went back to 1961, actually looked at and found out exactly what was happening, right? Previous to 1961, black women were not allowed the same AFDC that white women were. Okay? But under civil rights.
Now he's telling the truth right there. We weren't given the same AFDC, right? Americans for Families, whatever. But listen, the reason why they had to start giving those women that check, the white women, is because they did something very unique that has never been repeated in society, even now to this day. They did something very unique. See, white women, when their husbands was abandoning them in the 20s and 30s and 40s, during the Great Depression and all of that shit, when their husbands was abandoning them, you know what? They cracked under pressure and they abandoned their children as well. And the orphanages and the cities and the streets was full of children. It was crazy. See, black women never did that. If they had to live and die with their kids, they did. I always tell y'all, it was one great thing that messed up completely the black community, and it was crack. Crack was the only thing that ever happened. They had alcohol, they had all kind of devices, right? Heroin and whatever. But when they introduced crack, it didn't just take the men out the home. It also took the mother out the home. But they don't want to talk about them selling crack to their mamas, their daddies, their grandmothers, their sisters and brothers. They don't want to talk about how the leadership of our community did this shit. And the leadership allowed it, right? And the leadership promoted it. That's why they hate Oprah, because she wasn't going with that type of fake ass leadership. They hate Oprah because she wouldn't let rappers come up who sung about selling crack. Oh, they hated Oprah. They hated her. You couldn't come on Oprah's show if you talk about the demise of the black community in your song. She didn't approve of that. She didn't like that. And these niggas still hate that woman for it. And I applaud her. I applaud her for having dignity to say, no, nigga, you destroying us and you want me to promote you? Fuck you. But you know who all promote and who stand up, who hate a woman who say, no, I'm not going to support that? Black men, the manosphere. They hate this woman and they want you to hate her. They want you to demonize her for having a standard that no, no, no. This woman is the one who gave us Barack Obama, who gave us the first black president. But they want you to hate her like she hate black men. She don't hate black men. She hate fucking bandits. She hate black male degeneracy. She hates you talking about killing your brother. I don't want to promote somebody who want to say they're gonna kill their brother. Now I'm your enemy now. I'm your enemy. Oprah became their enemy because she would not provoke Snoop Dogg walking on stage to the Grammys with two chicks on a leash on a dog collar. Because she knew that image was horrible for our community. But see, it's just like Daryl Long just played a clip of Shaquille O'Neal with a weave on and big breasts and rubbing on his body. It's just like Daryl Long played that clip of him, Shaquille O'Neal singing and dancing, and then I think it's a TV show called The Real Husbands of Hollywood with Kevin Hart. And Shaquille O'Neal is arresting Kevin Hart. And he's basically showing how he gonna get raped in jail. This what they gonna do you. And Kevin Hart little feet is off the ground and he moaning like he getting screwed. It is you want to show how a black brother gonna get raped, and that's comedy. But they say we ruin their image. Black women ruin your image. Y'all ruin your own fucking image. Y'all ruin your own image.
Rights, in the Great Society, guess what they said they had to do? They had to give black women the same AFDC, the same kind of welfare that white women got. Okay, that's when Monahan Sisters started. It has never gone back to normal since. So you do know that the Monahan report has been debunked, right? Like I don't get, why are we discussing a obsolete? It's not obsolete.
He knows that anybody with any kind of common sense who research anything knows that shit been debunked. That it was from a one-sided view. That it was not even something that can still stand. It couldn't stand 5 years after it was written. But for some reason, the Black Manosphere loved the Monahan report. And it was really not even shameful for black women. It was talking about, damn, even when we give men more money, they don't provide for their families. That's basically the breakdown. That's why they took the shit off the men and started giving it to women. At one point, women couldn't even apply. They was giving the welfare checks at first to men, huh? White men and black men was getting the welfare checks. Research that, niggas. Research that. That's crazy. They stopped doing it because they realized if you ain't gonna provide for your family, you ain't gonna give them this money. They're not getting this food. This is the reason why they gave it to women who didn't even have the right to vote yet. God, this shit was crazy.
A 50-plus-year-old research article, the foreground, the background, why they made decisions, who actually wrote the books and actually helped them write the report. Those are black sociologists.
The Monahan report was never a book. Okay, it was a. This man just gonna lie.
Right? Like I don't get, why are we discussing a obsolete? It's not obsolete. A 50-plus-year-old research article, the foreground, the background, why they made decisions, who actually wrote the books and actually helped them write the report. Those are black sociologists that actually helped them write the report, like Clark, like Frazier, and others. Okay, there was black sociologists helping write the report. This wasn't a white man writing the report because he didn't know anything. He knew he didn't know anything, right? Let me go find the best people I can find.
This was a lie, a straight up another lie. This white man didn't say, "Let me go find out the best of the black folks." This man tell one lie over, and this is the problem I have with the Black Manosphere. They repeat lies. They hear one nigga say a lie, and then they copy and repeat, copy and post, copy and post. It's a lie. What you're saying right now is all fictional shit you done made up. Let me go find. I know I'm a white man. I don't know what's going on with black people. So let me go find. This never happened.
Actually, helped me put together this report. It was actually supposed to be a study for a study, right? In other words,
who the hell ever heard of a study for a study? This man just comes up with lies after lies. Y'all, I swear to God, I don't know how people think this guy is smart. Think about what he's saying. This actually was just supposed to be, the Monahan report was just supposed to be a study for a study. Man, nigga.
A study for a study, right? In other words, this is happening. I have no idea why it's happening. Let's bring people in, get their ideas, and then.
The report was showing that it's a study and it's showing why he believes it's happening. Why he believes it's happening. It doesn't make it true. It didn't make it factual, but this he gave his opinion on why he thought it was happening.
And then we can actually put together a panel, which they did like 3 years later. They actually put a panel together to actually really study the problem and see what's happening and give remedies, right? And his basis was he didn't blame black people for being fucked up. He blamed white people being fucked up. That's what he said.
Did y'all hear that? He's saying in the report he didn't blame black people for being fucked up. He blamed white people. Yes, he did in the middle of their report. But towards the end of the report, he gave a conclusion that it didn't make sense that because the men, whether they had more money to provide for their families or not, was not going to provide for their families. That's how it ended. That is how that report ended. So that's the reason why they say it didn't even matter if the men make more than the women and could provide. They weren't willing to do it. But in the beginning, he said black women chose the check over having a man, right? Didn't he say that at the beginning? But now what he's saying?
Right? And his basis was he didn't blame black people for being fucked up. He blamed white people being fucked up. That's the first thing he said. 300 years of inhumane treatment. Okay, is why the black family was in the state that it was in, right? And if you want to integrate these people, okay, which are in a matriarchal pattern, what you need to do is somehow turn that around. Now, how do you do that? How do you get these people to fit into the greater society? That was his thing.
He lied. Now, in the beginning, he said
6 years ago. Bunch of narratives. Which one? In other words, that's a euphemism, right? About being put out of the home, right? Really what it means is that black women preferred the check over the men. You have to learn. There's no research to substantiate that. There is. Because number one, there's no brother.
Now, black women put men out the home, but then he said,
when see what's happening, give remedy. This is happening. I have no idea why it's happening. Let's bring people in, get their ideas, and then we can actually put together a panel, which they did like 3 years later. They actually put a panel together. We actually really studied the problem and see what's happening and give remedies, right? And his basis was he didn't blame black people for being fucked up. He blamed white people being fucked up. That's where he said 300 years of inhumane treatment. Okay, is why the black family was in the state that it was in, right? And if you want to integrate these people, okay, which are in a matriarchal pattern, what you need to do is.
all right, y'all, I want to play y'all a little clip. This is the this might be risky. This is the woman Luna. I want to talk about this here. I want to talk about how we let people from other communities come in and talk shit about us. And we just uphold it. On MLK Day, let's talk about this here. Let's talk about how I want to talk about how these here men uphold people that can come into the community, shit on us, right? But do they? But if we did the same thing, we hate black men.
With my husband, I don't want to be this way, with my family. So I'm this way here. This hand talking right now. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? I don't know who you're talking to with your manly ass. She promoting perfect wife type mentality. Why her talking point was so fucking crisp? Because what happened is Luna can talk better than Hood Mystic. Is that what you saying? You rather be a whore? You right. That me and my whore by themselves sit over here with my.
All right, y'all. Here you go. This the part.
Message, and he said, "We're open to that." People that were staunchly against what he said, we listened because how he presented. Why did y'all listen? Because y'all was attracted to him though. From the. Thank you, Joe, for $49 super chat. Where are short men? Luna. Yeah. You got OnlyFans? What's that? If I married.
So this was live, y'all. So they were recording this show, and somebody put in the super chat that Luna has an OnlyFans, And I'm gonna play a clip from her earlier on another episode, how she was shitting on the women, laughing at sis, laughing at love, talking about ain't nothing a 40-year-old woman could tell. A 40-year-old black woman can't teach her nothing. And she's gonna keep emphasizing black women, right? And that's how you know the bitch ain't black. Because we don't say that. When we look at another black woman, we just say, yeah, our women is shit. We don't sit up here and emphasize our color because we the same, right? You gotta listen for the way people talk to you to let you know that they're not you.
Saying, walking away. Thank you, YKS for 199. Luna got OnlyFans?
That's the person who super chatted. YKS. Luna got her OnlyFans, and then Fatty gonna come back and say, yeah.
Credibility is shot. Hold up, get away. But they want to be nice. They want to have a man to take care of them. They want to be ladylike when they really don't want to be confined to that square. Okay? Right. They want to be this, but they got to be this in order to get a man. Are you saying women want to be this? I can't agree with that. Y'all don't have no goddamn genuineness. But you understand what I'm talking about. They really let a woman just be in her house by herself. Why do you have all these women saying that they love being single? They want to be alone. They want to do their thing. But when they get in front of y'all, when they get in front of men, they're talking about, I want to be on this program. I want to be led. I want to be, and they don't know how to follow. Women don't know how to follow. Tell me I'm right.
Wow, what's good, sis? Kosha Malik in the building.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
I don't know if I've been on the panel with you this year, but I'm gonna say it again. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Yes, I think this is our first time on the panel this year.
Good to see you this year.
Good to
But
see you. So how you been?
I've been good. I've been good. Everything, doing good for the 2024 so far. Got high hopes and good plans. But how they let it?
How's your family?
Oh, my daughter, great. She just not had Christmas, and
Yeah.
so they happy right now. So if you got some kids, you finna get your grown people Christmas coming up with the income tax return. But if not, then you're gonna be paying. But other than that, everything good. I can't complain.
That's good. That's good. How you phone? How you growing your vegetables and stuff?
Girl, that mean I'm out there. I got a skid steer out there tearing up my yard, but it's a necessary evil.
Girl,
But
I do blankets, quilts, everything. Cause guess what? We got a freeze coming. I'm so scared. I'm gonna lose everything.
oh yeah, it's cool down here. My stuff looking a little bit, at that time of year where everything gray and ugly. It's a little bit cool down here. So I'm
Mm,
seeing what gonna survive. And I ain't gonna get too worried till spring come.
mm.
And we'll see what happens. But it's not freezing temperatures, but it's cool.
Yeah,
I
you
got a lot
lucky
of
you're in Florida. Well, I ain't gonna say you're lucky because it be hot as hell out there.
no, 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 no. That's still not that's why we got air conditioning.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
don't even know places that don't have central heat. I mean, what you mean? They be calling us country, but I be seeing them people in New York. What you mean you ain't got no washer and dryer? You got to go to the wash house. That is so ghetto. But
That
I
is ghetto.
understand it. But every place had their own thing. So to me, when I hear that, you mean no washing machine, no dryer? They
So
still got laundromats?
girl, because in the South, that's a must. A washer and dryer,
Yes.
you must have.
Yeah.
That's like a
So,
stove. Who else don't have a stove? You ain't got to wash
and
and dry.
Central Air, gee, nah. But I didn't see that whole stream with Luna, but that's a part of it. But how these men gonna talk about they is some leaders and they get fooled by a hijab or whatever. Like,
And listen, I want to play this here because at one point she's gonna call Hank out. And this is the point that really disgusted me with her because I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought she was a kind of a hypocrite for trying to project that she was a perfect woman, and she's this perfect woman and we need to copy her. And you doing shit every other woman, that you talking bad about. The women that you talking bad that's on Instagram and only that's you, bitch. like
If your pussy have a hymen intact when you got married, you can't sit up here and talk about women opening their men to legs. And then, as we can see, the women, it just don't match. But if you got on a hijab, you ain't even supposed to be on camera. You need to be somewhere being submissive somewhere. Why is you sitting on these panel with these men? Your man ain't protecting you. Why he got you up here on the panel?
But listen, on a previous show, she said I'm black and Jewish. Now listen, y'all know my people from Ethiopia. There's nothing but in my family Ethiopian Jews. They have beautiful curly like afros, right? Do you
Mm-hmm.
know they braid their hair down and put on wigs when they go outside? They would put a scarf over their hair and tie it under their neck. They never would disrespect themselves or their community and put on the hijab because it represents a completely different community that they don't believe in. And that's why I said from the beginning, this bitch is crazy. When she
She looked
said
like a
I'm
pale
black
white
and
person to me.
Jewish, I'm just covering my head to respect my husband. You can cover your head to respect your husband in different ways, but definitely not with that. If
You
that's
ever
not your
seen
religion.
you ever seen that thing talk about feed the people, but they was people in Russia or somewhere, they were white people and saying they was hungry and stuff and to feed them and stuff. That's what she looked like to me. It was this
Girl,
infomercial that come on at nighttime. That's what she looked like to me. I ain't saying I couldn't see
she
black in
looked
her, but
like a hairy back Middle Eastern hairy booty hole. If you ever seen any Middle Eastern women, and I ain't saying nothing about them, I ain't saying that, but I'm just talking about her. They very, if you see their
Turkish or
men,
something, yeah.
girl, their men hair come up their own. Their chest is completely covered with hair. Their backs have hair coming all the way out their shirts. That's the listen. I have a good friend who's that part of that community, and do you know she have to have her back shaved and waxed, her arms shaved and waxed, her ass shaved, and those some hairy mother. And this is who she is. And then she's on Pornhub, girl. And I'm talking about this
Okay, I got
bitch.
on the fans, but Pornhub too. Oh my god!
Yes, she on Pornhub. Yes, ma'am.
And and the black women and these black men followed that. See,
Wait, wait. Bomb just pulled up. Damn, I didn't even save the thing. But on the show with Bomb yesterday, Bomb put it in the chat her Pornhub. Cause I told it to Bomb. And I didn't know the name of it because somebody sent me an email picture of her sucking a dick, girl, and it's her whole face doing it. Oh my God. I said,
mm,
no, girl, why you sent me this? like, I did not
and
need
this-
to see it. But Bomb, somebody in the chat found it and sent it to Bomb, and showing up, she on Pornhub. But she the best woman. She a better woman than you.
hey, this is these men. Now, I ain't got no problem with that lady sucking dick on Pornhub. I don't really have no problem with it. But when her argument is that she is a better quality of woman or whatever about whatever standard she has established, you should meet that standard. And these black men just over there, they're gonna lead you into degeneracy and poverty, following them with their lack of discernment.
No, this what I'm saying, Coach. We regular women. We ain't about to do nothing crazy like no Pornhub or no OnlyFans. But they will shit on you and me. But then they're taking uphold. I just don't get it. It's like crazy. And I tell these men, when you hear a woman talking the way they talk, let me tell you something. Her, that girl Portia, that girl Ja, all of them who was on that This Might Be Risky, all the same person. It's all fake. It's all lies. They are not.
Mhm.
That bitch Ja said, I don't think women should have the right to vote. When you start repeating everything these stupid men saying,
She is young, but she will see
no,
herself
that
in the
bitch
first
ain't young.
wife.
She's lying to them. She don't believe that in her heart. Come on now.
She is. Well, she will find herself in the first wives club, and without the money of the first wives club. um, and they don't believe that because if they really want that true patriarchy, they really want that. They can have it. See, they want to say that under the protection of U.S. laws here that keep them from cutting their throat and throwing them somewhere and where they ain't gonna get in no trouble. They say that here under the protection. Cause truth be told, and if they really lived what they wanted, they wouldn't even be able to be online.
Girl, look, you
So it's
need to do a recap of Fatty Show because he had Luna and her husband so allegedly Hood
her
Mystic
pimp,
up there.
her pimp.
Girl, her pimp. Hood Mystic and Luna came did a, he Fatty did an interview of them. And he
Hmm.
asked her, now this is the thing I don't understand. She claims she only 21. So at first on DJ Hamp show, this might be risky. She claimed that I think they were saying they had been together 3 years. That put her right at 18 when she got with him. But then over
Mm,
there, it sounded like she said no, they've been together 5 years.
mm.
Now this man who admits this nigga in his 40s.
He groomed her. That's what it sounds like.
Girl, that's what I'm saying. But you know, Fatty didn't want to get into that conversation because another one of the panelists brought it up, kind of, and he said, "I don't want to talk about that." Fatty said, "No, let's not talk about that." He don't want to talk about the age. How the hell
Mm.
this nigga in his damn near 50 with this girl? Girl, look,
That's called grooming. And that would put her at what, 12 or something if she was 18. That
she
actually
18.
is.
If she was with him from for 5 years, what 16?
Truth be told, if she 18 now, but she's been with him for five
No,
years,
she's 20. No, she's 21 now.
so
She's
17.
yeah.
And that's what she's saying because we don't really know, how long he was in because some of these men see these girls as at 12, but they be like, oh, that's a bridge too far. And I'm not saying him, but that's a lot of times they've been sitting up watching depending on if it's small town, the girls.
But look, this the thing. She said even before she got with her husband, Fatty asked did she do any kind of sex work or anything. She said, well, I sold pictures of my self on some kind of website. I gotta review that too. But how long? If you this good wholesome girl that you've been selling your
Where her mama?
exactly.
Is she one of them mixed girls from a
Girl,
what
let me
I
tell
have
you,
saw,
this
let me
girl
say this
is
here.
either
I
just
have
all white
seen,
or she look Mexican and white or she look Arab, Middle Eastern and white.
I have observed mixed children caught up in the foster care system that maybe was their mama was crackheads. And then they come and they kind of,
But
you know,
how many Middle Eastern people is on crack? Women.
she now she might be what they call it, racially ambiguous, so she could play a whole different, you could look wise, could fit
She's
into a
not.
whole bunch.
If you look at her, she look regular white. If you
Yeah,
look
she
at her,
did.
she look regular white. And even Ham gonna say, I don't even like white bitches. So that's what made me kind of think, did he know this hoe was white the whole time?
I saw that too. I was like, she looked like she needs some blood, some iron or something. She looked pale to me. But I don't, I only saw the stream for a little bit of time. I think I caught it like towards the end. I'll try to go back and rewatch all of it, but that ain't gonna happen. And I don't even remember which the title exactly was,
You
but
like me, girl. I be catching stuff at the end and I be like, I'm gonna go back and watch this. And girl, I don't be having time because somebody else be live and then I'm trying to watch that.
yeah. But these men, they discernment. I'm just their discernment. But I would like to hear her backstory because I think it probably involves some things that's not so nice. And the way girls get lost in the system and stuff, I don't know. But
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. For the way she was coming at black women, I don't give a fuck about her backstory. Because the sheer hatred, and I don't know if that man groomed her and taught her all, and he had to have been programming her and teaching her, because she have all manosphere points against black women. And so to me, she's just an enemy. I'm gonna be honest. And normally I wouldn't even, like I said, I don't care for a girl. Listen, I don't advise for women to be strippers or any of this, because I be scared for their safety. You get what I'm saying? But
hmm
how you gonna make your money, sis? I ain't never hating on you. But if it's a safety issue, I will be concerned. You know what I'm
that lady
saying?
is says she thinks she his bottom bitch. And she like, I'm his bottom. Ain't nothing wrong with me making money off my youth to help my husband out or whatever. Your husband's supposed to be the provider. You sitting up there with a
But look what
hijab
she
on
say.
it.
So what if I show my body, and as long as my man getting his dick sucked and I bring him home the money, would that matter? And I'm like, girl, you sound like a hoe.
Oh, why you gotta worry about the speck in my eye with a log in yours? Let her that without seeing cast the first stone. But
Wait, listen to this, Toja. Listen to this right quick.
They had all these damn the three baby mamas. Message, and he said, "We're open to that. People that were staunchly against what he said, we listened because how he presented. Why did y'all listen? Because y'all was attracted to him though. From the Thank you, Joe, for $49 super chat. Where are short men? Luna, you got OnlyFans? Is that question? If I are saying walking away. Thank you, YKS for $199. Luna got an OnlyFans? Credibility is shot. Hold up, you away. Thank you, YKS for $199. Luna got an OnlyFans? Credibility is shot. Hold up, you gotta. Thank you, Peaceful Life for super chat. They are insufferable. Men are doing what Hink, Hemp, Fantastic, and Innes are saying. Walking away. Thank you, YKS for $199. Luna got an OnlyFans? Credibility is shot. Hold up, away. Thank you, YKS for $199. Luna got an OnlyFans? Credibility is shot. Hold up, away. Thank you, YKS for $199. Luna got an OnlyFans? Credibility is shot. Hold up, you got an OnlyFans, Luna? For real? Luna, you got an OnlyFans? Is that question? If I'm married though, why does it matter? Because wait.
You see how I tell you they think they use marriage to shit on women? You married to a piece of shit.
She married her pimp.
You and listen, even on that same show, that bitch Portia, who was talking about baby mamas, said that she don't agree with legal marriage. Y'all don't even get legally fucking married.
Is she
But y'all,
even legally married? Cause when I was living with my baby dad, I guess you could call that a legal marriage. I don't know, but is she even legally married?
girl, we don't know.
For her to say something like that, that would be a red flag that you probably not.
She said, but I'm married, so why it matter? Listen to this.
What is going on? Oh, listen, Luna's taking the table with her OnlyFans. Hold on. You guys are talking about me, so I can. Y'all figure it out, man. Get that truck unloaded. I'm telling you, you don't. You're not on your hand. Oh, I'm trying to get on the phone with the nigga. I don't care what they break on that truck. If y'all are talking about me, then that means that I get to talk back if y'all want to talk about me. Hey man, but you got OnlyFans? Hold on, let me finish. If you would let me for the $2 super chat. So basically, heathen, you're fake on YouTube. Wow. No, not fake on YouTube. Remember, two, I'm still married even though I have an OnlyFans. So if you're single and you don't have an OnlyFans, that means that you're not desirable at all. So
if you're single and you don't have an OnlyFans, that just means that you're not desirable.
Hey, she looked really hot up there with that hijab. She was sexy as fuck.
Did you hear that shit? If you're married and you don't have an OnlyFans, that just means you're not desirable. So this is the
Mhm.
new manosphere, huh? They bring a whole new there's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes. I've been telling them men they like hoes. I don't know why. They go to
Ain't
look at
that
the women on Instagram and ooh and ah over her body and then won't be mad that she won't be submissive. Shut the fuck up.
right? I mean, they just need the man. Just live your truth. If you want a hoe, just get 'em. Ain't nothing wrong with being an Ahab man. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. But that's the thing. They want those women. Oh Lord. These men are so backwards. Poor men. Poor men.
But then they want to use them to convince black women to act like that. That is their whole job, for them to be the mouthpiece to convince others and black women to get on that plan. Like I said, I was listening to somebody earlier today saying, "We the prize." Da, 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 da. Women don't realize they're competing with AI. Women don't realize they're competing with video games. Women don't realize their income, or no, more specifically, black women don't realize if you if that was the truth, you wouldn't have to convince black women to compete. It's because black women are saying, I'm opting out and not competing. That's why they're going on a whole campaign
But
to
Coach,
convince.
in my real life, I promise you, even before I got married or when I was dating my husband, I never thought of the time I was competing. If listen, the way my grandmother raised me, she told me never talk to a man who got a wife or girlfriend. Because if he already in a committed relationship, you need to walk away and never, he's disrespecting his already who he have. And so he would disrespect you in that same way. That is
That
how
is,
I was trained up and raised. I've never been in a mindset, and I don't know when women became in a mindset that they supposed to compete for a man. If a guy like you, he needs to be single. And if he already have somebody, you need to walk away. Because the same way he gonna cheat on them for you, he gonna cheat on you for them. I mean, cheat on the next one on you. I don't
it,
get
def-
that.
it
Karma
definitely
is a
was a
motherfucker, and what go around come around. And I don't understand how women are teaching women to be competing against other women for these niggas.
it
Nah,
definitely was a mindset that was pushed. It's, one thing they love to do is push it in our hip hop generation. You saw it play out with, what's his name, Dirty Foot Pete, Peter Guns, and Amina
hmm
and Tara. You
yeah.
saw it with Stevie J, Jocelyn, Eve, that all of them. What's her name? I can't think of her name right now.
But
Who
they were
got the
all
baby from?
competing for asshole.
But it was a mindset and a thing that was pushed. And since women are saying, no, y'all did push this in the 90s, y'all did push this in the 2000s, and it was a real thing. You saw it in The Flavor of Love. You saw it repeatedly. We
I
still
mean,
see
you
it in The
see it in the
Bachelor.
Bachelor. You see it
We
in
still
the
see it, but
Bachelor and the Bachelorette. But you know what? What I'm saying in real life.
it,
Did you
but it
ever
real
meet a
they're
guy
debunking it.
who said,
They're
I'm
de-
married? We always call those women home workers. We always call the men who try to go and marry or date a married woman. Uh, that woman married, man, leave her alone. He's still pursuing her. We
we
know a
saw it,
woman who know a man is married and she keep pursuing him. They're not looked on as good people.
and
But yet
it
we gotta
became
keep
a
telling people
thing.
about competing. No, Leave
It
those damn people alone.
true. It was a thing, and it was all this. It's all fair and love and war type mentality. But now women are saying no, no, because a man could, especially white men. When you seen the movie The First Wives Club, that was based on something. I don't know if you ever saw it or not, but that was men could have this woman, then they could stop and come and get a younger woman, and then leave that one and get a younger one, whether they were married to him or not. It was a thing, but now you're seeing the entire messages. No, we're devaluing men. We're not devaluing. We're decentering men. We're doing this. So, and their job is to keep that rhetoric going and that type of thing going. You even saw it just recently, kind of when Zonique T.I. daughter, when that man came up and said to her, "You saw it with Simone Biles." They're trying to keep it alive. Wow, there's a whole campaign to dead it.
Girl, I don't know. Wait, hold on.
People that are single and they don't have an OnlyFans and I have an OnlyFans and I'm married, that just means that I have a good character. It has nothing to do with my character. If I choose to make money off of my usefulness and my body, that's okay. Because y'all can't do that because y'all don't work out and y'all can't read. You can't read. You gotta hold on an ass, baby doll. You can't read. It's like a peaceful life says. You're done. Since you cooked yourself, your man allows you. Okay, that's fine. I'd rather what OnlyFans and die married. Girl, you rather be a whore? Is that what you saying? You rather be a whore? You're right. No, answer the fucking question. Answer the fucking question directly. Are you better than me? Question yes or no.
Now,
Why does her 40-year-old man need her money? See, this is when you being pimped and don't even know you being pimped.
did you
If
hear what
you're
she
gonna
was?
get,
Did y'all hear what she was saying?
yeah. So if her man is this man that's provided, why he need your OnlyFans money? I mean, literally, he pimping you. I mean, I don't even know what's better. He is a Dusty, but he done played with her brain so much too. She actually thinks she doing something. She really sound like a prostitute, like a bottom bitch.
Yeah.
But I guess that comes with age or whatever. But she thinks she doing it. Baby, a nice body come along all the time, a nice face or whatever, and the body don't even have to be nice, truth be told. But I guess that's youth. And the one thing about youth, either you will die or you will get humbled.
Wow. What's good, Pastor?
What's good? What's good, y'all? I'm listening in.
Happy New Year, Pastor.
Happy
Yeah.
New Year.
Happy
Happy
New
New Year.
Year.
Happy New Year to y'all. I'm listening in, and I actually have to agree. This sounds like a pimping and prostituting kind of situation. Ain't no way in hell I can put my woman on OnlyFans and collect the check and be happy with myself as a man from that.
Pastor, if I'm 21 and you 47 and and I'm out here on OnlyFans and Pornhub and I'm bragging, yeah, as long as I give all my money to him and he getting his dick sucked and I give him all my money and I'm a good woman. Is that a good woman?
Nah, that's a used woman.
Oh my God.
That's a used woman that's being told she's a good. Well, she's being told she's a good woman right now because she's her she's fitting her purpose, but that ain't no purpose that a decent man would want his own woman to fulfill. That's what I think. I could be wrong, but that's what
No,
I
you're
think.
right. That's a pimp and a hoe. That ain't that is not a marriage, man. Come on, man. Well, I guess some people think you should pimp your women. I don't know, but that's not something I will condone. And listen, if this is what marriage is in 2024, y'all, ladies don't get married. I know I've been married a long time. But if there's some new stuff they got going on, y'all don't fall for that. That is a trick. That is not what a man should want for you to do. No, this is not being a good woman.
And she's trying to convince other women that this is the way. And those men supporting her, I mean, it's to their benefit because that's what they want. So of course they will cash app her. She is their mouthpiece. She will, it's her job. If you ever watched the pimp movies in the 1980s and stuff, it was always a girl there to recruit other women into the lifestyle. So her job is to recruit. So yes, they paying for representation for her to take back to
Oh,
her pimp because she's supposed to bring other younger girls along.
wait, that's just like that. Epstein. Not trying to derail the conversation. Epstein, didn't he get the lady Giselle, and she was the one going out there to find it when she kind
It's
of
the
aged out.
formula. It's the formula. I mean, that's the formula because you would be more
But she was the
apprehensive.
one going to get the young girl's phone.
Because if a man approached you, you would be apprehensive. You would be on your guard. So you use another woman who has been broken or a younger person that looks like them to slowly pull you in because it's not so alarming when you're approached. It's like, oh, this a friend girl. Oh, she doing this, So that's how they've always done it. That's how they've always done it. A lot of times they'll have one of the
Mm.
girls go out and befriend and pull them into the fold. And that is her job.
Yep, she was called I mean, it's a madame, and they would
She
they
the
would
bottom
Oh,
bitch.
they would retire, and then they would send the other girls to work, and then
damn.
it was like a they used the other girls to retire.
Yeah, it's a hierarchy. She become the mother of the den to keep the other bitches in check. Maybe she don't have to get out there on the stroll as much anymore, and she punched down on the his recruitment.
Damn. This shit is starting to make sense to me because I'm wondering, when did this be the stigma of the submissive wife, the good wife? Like,
I mean,
let's listen a little more. Let's hear what
this
she
is
got to say.
not new. This is not new. Is what we should know. It's been
But
done
it's
before.
new to me because when has this been the stigma of a good wife? Is this the new submissive
Oh
wife?
no, she the old bottom bitch. She ain't the new good wife.
No,
Oh,
they playing with words. They are really playing with words. I don't think this is this. I don't think this is this ain't the I don't think this is the modern definition of a wife. I think this is just they just playing with words.
is this not the modern wife they want though?
No, it's
I
I
never,
mean that's not what I would that's not what I want. But if that's what the new manosphere and this may be risky and all of them, and it's what they are rooting for, they gonna be sad because a lot of these Johns gonna steal they bottom bride.
But
they
listen,
don't. I mean, it's always been pimps out there. They don't want this. They don't want to work. So they want to keep some. They want to be some kept. These men want to be some kept bitches. And this bitch got to sell her pussy so I can stay home and play PlayStation and don't work. So be it. And if she want to call me her husband in the meantime, I'll do that if it gonna make that bitch work harder.
god damn. I don't know. Just some sad behavior though. This some
Man, a lot of hoes think that they pimping
Pastor, I
is
put
their
your ass
boyfriend.
in my stream one day. I wanted to talk about church because for the new year I went to church and I had some questions, but you ain't come up.
Man, nah, I probably was not even around or at work. I'll be checking you out, but I probably well. You see a lot of that dynamic going on in church too. That pimping and hoeing dynamic in church too.
You know the original pimp come from the church. A pimp and a pastor both got good oral skills.
Why you say that
And
though?
they all live off bitches. Church hoes and street hoes. It's the same diagram or it's the same job format.
I don't think so, Koja. Come on now.
I
Now
think
that's
so.
going a little far.
I've seen
I
it.
had different questions. Not I ain't had questions on this.
I've
I ain't
seen it.
had questions on this subject. This is a different subject. That's why I ain't bring it up. But
Okay.
girl, Koja, you
I've
went
seen it.
in.
I know I've seen it though. It's unfortunate, but a lot of churches have sex ritual magic and shit that go on in them churches and that's how they keep the women under check. They gotta pass the women off to somebody. So if there ain't no men in the church to take the women, then who gonna take them?
Speak on it.
I don't know. I wasn't. That was not the conversation I was trying to have that day. Wasn't really on this type of subject, but I don't know. But because I know
Yes.
I know you say your mom used to be a pastor, but that's the reason why I had invited you up, but you
Oh
didn't
yes,
come.
she's still a pastor. She's still a pastor. Matter of fact, like we used to talk about that dynamic. She wanted me to venture going. She wanted me to go into the to preaching, but I couldn't. I just couldn't. Like when I just looked at the whole AME Zion Church and the whole dynamic of it, I
Hmm.
was like, I can't do this shit. I just rather be the nigga I am. Cause
I ain't
it's
gonna
the
play with
same.
God like that, cause if when you put on the thing of leadership, I just think it's a worse penalty for you leading the people astray. I was like, I ain't be want to play with God like that, so I'ma just be like, you know what, y'all can have that over there. I'm gonna be over here. I'm just gonna be a regular old sinner, not a sinner for.
Wait, let me tell y'all something, and don't judge me. But I was young, and they used to have me volunteering in the church. After I got married, and I had a couple babies, but they were real small babies, and they had me as a youth minister. Right? I used to volunteer. And so the actual youth minister that we had was moving to a different state at Franklin Avenue Baptist Church. So they sent me to the Baptist Seminary, y'all, in Gentilly. And I did like the courses and stuff. It was like a year. And I became a certified youth minister. Youth. I am ordained to marry people, but I'm not an actual pastor or nothing. It's just youth ministries. But that was my study that I was under. But y'all, when I tell you, me and my husband went out to shoot pool one day, and people from the church saw me out there with him, and it became kind of like a scandal. And being young, I was like, I ain't about to be faking here and pretend like I don't have a life outside of church.
And the
I mean,
biggest scandal is happening with right there under their nose. Let me tell you something.
yeah, but I'm saying if you have any type of position in the church, you can't be seen in public or anything doing anything, even if it's with your spouse. Like, it's just like a fakeness that you know what I'm saying? And the thing was, I felt like we wasn't doing nothing wrong, and
It
so
is
that's why I kind
isolation
of
because these
I left
churches
the
is
church
cults.
honestly a long time ago.
These churches are cults, and you have to be isolated. So if you're in the outside world, you're not isolated enough to be up under this cultish like dynamic. But I ain't see. You got the super cults, and you got the modified cults.
I
Yeah,
just I just
but
did a stream talking about coats, and I said I asked 2024 what coat will you join, because people are joining coats real fast, don't even realize it.
mhm.
Real fast. OnlyFans, that's a coat. It's a
A
coat.
lot of things. When you join groups, um and it don't allow for a diversity of thought when you have to take everything in as a whole to be accepted into those groups. It is even with joining certain talking points. If you can't have a diversity of opinion or something outside of that, it is so many cult.
Wait, let me tell y'all. So when I got called into the church, into the office, and they told me we was gonna have a meeting, right? And it was on a Thursday. And I went up there to the meeting. It was 9 other people there, pastors, associate pastors, deacons, and they just started telling me about how you're supposed to live. And I was agreeing with everything. I was like, yeah, you're not supposed to be promiscuous. Yeah, you're not supposed. I was agreeing with everything. I was like, yeah, I'm in the faith. I believe all of this. And everything they were saying, I was agreeing with. And then they told me, well, you were sighted at a pool hall with your husband shooting pool. Now, mind you, we weren't drinking. We weren't doing, you know what I'm saying? We weren't using profanity. And so then they started saying, well, if we want you to sign this probation letter saying that you promised not to do this here. I said, no, thank you. No, I ain't gonna sign. I'm like, wait, I wasn't doing nothing wrong. I didn't feel like I
What
was
they were
doing
trying
nothing
to
wrong.
do, I'm gonna tell you what they were trying to do, right? They were
I
trying to
got out of that
isolate
shit. I was
they
like,
were
no,
trying
thank
to
you.
they were trying to isolate you away from your husband. That's what they really were trying to do. Because because this is how they look at it, right? Your husband wasn't a pastor, right? He wasn't a pastor, right?
No, he wasn't.
So that means and you are now a youth minister. They were trying to pull you away from your husband and pull you up under them, because at that point they say your husband can't lead you because he's a secular worldly man and he's going to take you to the pool hall. You need to be up under one of us. That's how this goes. So now you got to start to divide and isolate so you can come to me. That's how this
Yeah.
goes.
Well, that's how I had to leave because you know what? I already had 2 kids for my husband. I didn't even understand what we did wrong. And I asked them, is shooting pool wrong? Well, that's not exactly a sin, but you know what I'm saying? It was just like they were going over promiscuity. They were going over all kind of things that didn't have nothing to do with the issue. And I'm like, well, I agree with all of that. So I don't understand what this meeting for.
But think about it, they willing to commit adultery because they trying to take you from your husband. Understand that. So they willing to commit adultery over you doing nothing. You just being with your husband, but they willing to turn that into a sin and commit one of the deadly sins of adultery just to have that power of control over you. And they started taking that power of control over you once they picked you out of all the other women to, okay, now we're gonna send her to theologian school. That's how they picked you out. They singled you out. It was a
Indoctrination.
Well, they singled out the wrong person
They
because the minute
they
they
was
put me under pressure,
indoctrinating
I
you.
backed up. I was like, well, thank y'all, but no thank you. I was like, mm-mm. They was like, well, we need you to sign this to say that you play. And it was like a whole thing. And I'm reading it. And it was like, just sign that. So, well, let me read it. I was reading it. And I just was like, and I know I probably embarrassed my grandmother and my aunts, but I was like, no, thank you.
one of those pastors wanted you. You just don't know. You probably won't pay no attention. But there was one of them. There was at least one of them that was very fond of you that wanted you. You just
Now,
probably don't pay no attention.
No, yeah, I don't
now,
know. I don't think so.
Pastor, you know, it's so many times we don't agree, but God damn it, right now, you just opened my eyes to a whole nother venue I wasn't even thinking about. And I got to give you your props on this here. You was right. 'Cause I never thought about it from that perspective, but you definitely, I think you on to that.
Well, I just literally seen it happen so much in the AME Zion Church. I mean, it's a bad vision to have, but you see it happening. It just happens
So you
all the
saying
time.
that they would purposely go after a woman to make her have issues in her own family? Like that's crazy.
It sounds as diabolical as it sounds. Yes,
Yeah, but that might be true. Damn.
because they if they like this, how the pastors look at it. If they like the woman or they are fond of the woman, they think that they'll be a better leader of that woman, and they can always say that your worldly secular husband is going to lead you and your children into damnation. So they feel spiritually inclined to do this. I mean, I think people really.
The spirit done led me to say that's not your husband. Y'all is unequally yoked.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I seen that shit
Mm,
happen so much. I was like, then
damn.
one mom said, "You want to be a pastor?" I was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Like I can reach and touch and do more with people than this. This shit is bad. Like I had my mom on the call one time on my live, and they had her in charge of a investigation against another pastor that was taking children from the Penny Brigade to Atlanta, Georgia. That's why they had that hidden predator act down there in Atlanta, Georgia. And that's why they started that. That's where all the AMEs on. That's where all the church conferences are at. And they be taking these kids down here to, man, it's bad. They isolate kids and they isolate women. Let them find a kid that they like. They're gonna isolate that kid. Let them find a woman that they like. They're gonna isolate. It's all about isolation. And then you put that preaching on them. And I hate to speak so bad against. It's like I'm down in the church. I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Anytime anything that becomes a moneymaker or gives people absolute power and that is not allowed to be questioned or whatever, it has to exist in isolation. It's not a good formula for anything. It can be church, it could be Girl Scouts, it could be anything, but isolation and power is it's a hell of a drug. So, you know.
It's like a cult follow, and that's one thing I've noticed that cults do. What do cults do? They always isolate the men from the women and children. Every cult leader I've ever studied, I like studying these cult leaders in their behavior. They always isolate all the women and children for themselves and under their leadership. And the men they almost send on like dummy missions to like almost take them off one by one till they finally have all the women and children up under them. And
You see what David did. You see what David did to get Bathsheba. You seen him. Got rid of that whole man. Man. Them lessons it's more than the one lesson that we talk about. But if we think those same things ain't happening, there is nothing new under the sun. Everything that has happened before. So if y'all reading them good books and y'all can't take it and apply it to today, then y'all missing reading them good books. And you're sitting up in them people's churches for nothing.
Damn, y'all really got me quiet over here. I'm thinking about what he said. Pastor, man. You know, it was so long ago, but I don't know. I'm thinking about it because I just always was like, it's fake. You know, I was like, y'all want me to be fake? Like I don't do stuff outside of church? You know, I mean, like just to have fun is a sin. And I really was looking at it like if I'm gonna be in a position in the church, they're telling me I can't have fun with my husband or go. You know, what if you want to go? What if we have a friend that have a birthday party? We can't go to that. We can't do nothing fun. And you know, I was young. I was like, you know what? Let me get out. But now that you say that, there was this one pastor who always used to give me the creeps, yo. He used to always want to rub my shoulder.
Coming to the light, Carol Ann. Coming to the light.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I used to always avoid this man. I used to be like,
it's wild. It's like when you see
crazy
this
what
stuff,
you're saying. This shit crazy.
and you would think everybody I heard up here see the sick. They worship the sex worship inside that's going on inside these churches. When people talk about it, you sound like a conspiracy theorist, or you sound like you just crazy. But I notice these people. It's ego phallic sex worship. This is old Egypt. This shit is old Egyptian backwoods. We was King Kemet type shit. It ain't got nothing to really do with the Bible. If you look at it, most preachers don't even preach from the Bible. Actually,
Well, what they'll do is read a scripture and
they'll read
then
the
give
scripture.
you their far off interpretation. I
Exactly.
feel.
Exactly. They don't actually read the Bible. They don't read the Bible and discuss the Bible with you. They read literally about a half of a chapter and then they go off on a tangent for like an hour. They might as well be on StreamYard. They might as well be up here with us.
I'd rather follow myself into destruction than follow them into destruction if I had a choice. At least I made the decision myself.
I don't know,
But
girl, when I tell you, I've been
when you
so listen, y'all know I had huge, I don't know if you know, Pastor, but I know you know, Coach. I had some big things that happened in my life in 23, with my family passing, and
Mhm.
we just had so many deaths last year, you know, that like big people, you know, who the closest to me. And so I've been trying to re-examine my faith and just everything, you know. But don't seem like nothing really makes sense no more, you know. Everything is upside down.
I
And I was
mean,
mm-hmm.
people passing is part of life. That's not lack of faith or anything. That is part of, what's going to happen because surely we all put here, we're going to surely all pass. We can miss them and stuff, but that's the natural course of things. Now maybe you passing, your child
Maybe
passing,
I'm
but
saying it wrong. Okay, so let me just say this here. My family, the Ethiopian part of my family is Jewish. And then the other part of my family is Christian. And I always sometimes wonder, where's my father at? Is he with my sister? Is he with my family? Are we all separated? We have these different religions. In one damn family, we got different, and I respect all of them, right?
Hmm.
But where are we ultimately destined to be? Are we gonna be together? Am I gonna,
I don't.
if you think
If,
about it in that aspect of the afterlife, if you have these different religions, right?
that's man. That's man. Let's get it straight. See, that's man. And I'm gonna be honest. People gonna call me crazy for saying this. If
Hmm.
man kept his dick in one woman, you wouldn't have no Jews, no Muslims, or that. The problem is, and this is what they told me, and I'm gonna repeat it again. The same lady said the problem with the Muslims and the Jews is Abraham wanted to fuck that handmaid. You know, she was young. Sarah Puss was old. Sarah said, "Oh, I'm not gonna have no babies. So go fuck my handmaiden or whatever the hell, concubine, whatever they call them." And the problem is sibling rivalry. One is the children of what her name is. I can't think of her name. And the other one is the children of Sarah. And that's the problem. Moral of the story is, man, keep your dick in one woman. A lot of the problems in the Bible, not all of them, started by men can't keep their dick out of puss. If they get that under submission, Bible, Torah, Quran, men, keep your dick in one puss and out of everything else, and we won't have most of the problems that we have. And I think that's a lot of the stuff that we like playing shooting pool. Shooting pool is not carnal. That's man version of it. Why did he put that there? To control you. To say that ain't got nothing to do with God. I could be wrong. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. That is man's view. And they wrapped it into religion. And I don't know if they got anything to do with God. I don't know. I don't know the conversations people have with God. I just know the conversations I
I
have
don't
with
know,
him.
but I'm gonna tell you what I did. I saved up, and when I got enough money, I bought my husband a pool table for us to have a pool table at our own house. That way, we wouldn't have to be seen in public shooting pool.
But this the thing. I always said the Mormons. And I think it was the Mormons as a little child, because I grew up in a rural area. Now, these people never came and did no creepy shit like the Catholic Church. I want to put this out. I live next to a sanctified church. The Mormons came and had Bible study on the storefronts and the apartment, you know how you say a room and house fronts. They never took us in any buildings. They gave us candy and they came out there and they played kickball with us or whatever. I ain't never had seen the black people come out to church and do that. Now they might have some fish fries where they could steal all the food. They might say they feeding the homeless, but they feeding their families more and stuff. So how do you get, or you might got the pimp preachers that say they having service uptown so they could be out there in the streets with the people in the streets because they really want to be in the thick of it because they really was ex-pimps. But how do you get people if you only speak to church people? Like I had came up with an idea of all of the churches having every Saturday, like if 8 churches got together and they had a Saturday in which kids came and did community service, and then they had a place for the kids to had play games and stuff on Saturdays, and the parents would have to volunteer. No matter what church was, would have to volunteer one time, so it get the parents a break, it get the kids something to do on the weekends and stuff. And every church say, "Oh, we already do this, we already do that." Da, da, da. They couldn't get past. But how do you get for the kids who parents send them to church? They're gonna get the message, but how do you draw kids in who parents don't send them to church if the message is important? So, and I always just never say, it's an isolation technique. You only really talk to the people there. Maybe you'll bring in one of their family members. Maybe you'll bring in a little girl from the neighborhood or a little child from the neighborhood. But how do you attract people outside of your cult?
I don't think that's the whole. I don't think that is the point of it. Because I wish I'm supposed to be in Waco right now, but I couldn't go down there because it's snowing down here in Texas. It's real icy,
Hmm.
so I couldn't go. I couldn't even go to work today. I said because I ain't about to drive an hour and a half all the way down on this travel assignment, in the ice and snow. But anyway,
It's snowing in Dallas.
uh huh,
Damn, I'm
ice
gonna
and
have to check
everything.
the weather.
You said what?
I'm gonna have to check the weather.
Yeah, it's 12 degrees down here in Dallas, and it's ice and snow all over the road. So I wasn't gonna be able to go down there. But they had this in particular church down there in Waco that I don't think that's the point of no church. I don't think the church's plan is to go meet you in the world and deal with you in the world. I think the ultimate plan of the church is to get you in the building and keep you there. Some
And
people,
once you get
I
there,
think that's why they
isolation.
say come as you are, and then there you supposed to be made anew, right?
but I know, but I don't. So this is the reason why you get these mega churches that actually have schools and all this other stuff. And I mean, you got some churches that end up doing sports, football, basketball, having whole schools with running like public schools.
Wait, let me just say this here, because see what
They
you're
don't want you
saying?
to leave.
That's how my church was, Pastor. And I
Because they don't
really
want you to
enjoyed
leave.
my church though. My church was fun. My church had activities. And for the most part, even during the week, you can go there for some fun. We used to have bingo night. We used to have we had boys basketball, we had girls basketball, we had just different things for people to do, so far as volunteer work, and it had scriptures in it. You know what I'm saying? So you did stuff, and like on Wednesdays it was spaghetti night. We had a lot of things. I really enjoyed church when I was in it. Honestly, I'm not going to take all of the good things I found in it away, because it was a community, right? And you want to be with people that's supposed to be good people. And where else do we have that we can go and meet up with hundreds of people that's supposedly good people, good meaning people, good,
And there
well
should
meaning?
be a balance. It should be that, because if church is just going to be me getting on my knees, bowing down on the mat, praying every 6 hours, I don't have no laughter, I don't have no fun, I have no life enjoyment. Who want to sign up for that? They're going to make sin look appealing. If the other alternative is,
Yeah, but if you're not even trying to sin, and your husband said, he used to love to shoot pool. And we didn't have no pool table at home, but his uncle had a pool table. But anyway, he passed away, so we ain't had no place. Anyway, so we used to go to this one little place and go. That was his thing back then. I mean, he's really good at it, but I mean, he even better at it since he got his own pool tables.
Yeah.
But I'm
I mean,
saying,
when
I
did, but
mean,
the thing
people will
about it
make
is,
everything
when
so
did
wrong.
ain't nothing wrong with shooting pool. The thing about it is, well, all they trying to say is, when you go to the pool hall, the music, the smoking, the drinking, you literally just coming as you are doing what you want. But you think about it, man, church music is not really like hymnals anymore. The other day ain't singing like hymns anymore in church. So the church music kind of
secular.
yeah, very much.
Yeah, I don't have I ain't no church goer, so I don't know what the church people say. I stay out them people building. It be too many demons up in there, and they got to jump out of one bite into the next, and I don't need them jumping in mine.
It's hard. I don't even go. I haven't been to church in years. I went last time I went to church. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't know if this is even considered church. One of my homeboys passed, and I went to his funeral or whatever. Yeah, that was like the
I
first
agree.
time I even went to church.
He said he don't know if that's considered church.
That's the last time I been with my children. Granddaddy died, and he was there for a minute. And before that was when their grandma died.
Yeah,
I might
like
have went to a friends and family day once in there. If I've been in the church 10 times in a decade, I'll be lying.
but church ain't the same. Well, I guess when we were little, when I was small,
Oh,
church was. I don't know. I don't know. I had fun there, but yeah, I also saw some crazy things there too, man. Was
Hey,
part of.
man, you ain't seen the TikTok where they just had the girl come up and say she was pregnant from the pastor. They were putting her out of church. I ain't listened to it. I had saw the part of it, but I was playing video games, so I ain't listened to the whole sound.
They put her out the church.
She came here to say she was pregnant from the preacher, but that ain't like the first time they have, because I know in my little town, we had
that
church
happened
over
at,
there
at
in
church in New
I ain't gonna
Orleans
get no
now.
name because it might be discernible. but I think she had two babies, and she was my class. She was under me in high school, 1 year under me. But this man was a whole grown, over 40-year-old man when this was. I ain't gonna say she was a kid, but she was still in her teens, like 18, 19, 20. And he was a whole 40 something year old. Probably saw her growing up as a little girl, truth be told.
Yeah, that's
Don't know
sad.
gossip be good like the
That
church
irks me.
gossip. You ain't seen that lady on YouTube. She got a whole channel. She would talk about Shawnee O'Neal husband. She would talk about all the girl. The church gossip be good. You gotta be everywhere in YouTube land, but that church gossip be some good gossip.
Well, listen, since y'all talking about church, let me play my favorite new gospel song. What ain't new no more, but Newman's Own is a one. It ain't new no more, but it when I first heard it, it's like
Brand and
four
company
or
started
five
by
years.
Paul Newman in 1980.
Y'all heard of Keelanti Gavin?
This ain't no ordinary world. This ain't no ordinary song. Yeah. The God of self is greater than the ordinary. So I'ma give them all I have invincible.
Y'all ever heard that?
Girl, I thought you were gonna play "Try Jesus, Don't Try Me."
Ah, I like that song too. Wait, cause he gonna put hands on you, right?
Yeah, girl. I told you I don't be up in them people building like that. I do not be. Mm-mm. But I do listen to the church gossip on YouTube. That's about it.
Yeah, I don't know. This year been a real. Last year was a real impactful, and then today I found out my little cousin just got killed Friday. I'm like, God damn, my whole family. We can't take too much more of this shit. Yep, got killed on the walkway in New Orleans. I'm like, God damn.
Well, you're
So
not in New Orleans
it's just,
anymore,
huh?
are you? You're not in New Orleans anymore, are you?
No, but that's still my cousin. He only like 4 years younger than me, and he done got shot.
Oh,
Oh. So that means
yeah.
another funeral. I'm so sick of going to funerals, y'all. I
I'm
don't know who
sorry.
this is. Do anybody know MOP?
Mm.
MOP DPN? I ain't about to let you up. Who is that? Pastor, you know that person?
MOP. I don't. I mean,
Put
he
something
had an
in the
overlay.
chat, man. Put something in the chat. I ain't about to let him up. I'm so sick of getting porn bombed. This shit crazy. I don't even got no big channel. What the hell? Every time I go live, I get porn bombed. I gotta delete the stream.
Oh man. But girl, I came up here to wish you a happy new year. Yesterday I was supposed to be out here on this skid steer, and I had got feeling a little bit under the weather
Who's
with
the
this
skid
drip.
steer?
A bobcat,
Oh,
you
okay.
know them, and so I got feeling a little bit under the weather. I do not like the fall time when it's no sunshine, when it's dreary. It make my spirit be dreary, but I'm gonna have to put up with these little days in Florida. So I'm gonna try to get back out there today.
So right now it's January, but you still consider it fall?
We don't really got seasons in Florida, truth be told. We got hot, super damn hot, and then we got this time of the year. So fall, winter, whatever, it's all the same. It's just dreary
Oh,
to me.
okay.
It's
So
down here. I tried to daggone leave to go to. I was disappointed. I was like, "Man, maybe I should have left last night," but shit, I won't trying to get stuck on the other side of daggone Waco
Texas,
in the ice. So I said, I'm good. I told her,
Big J,
No, you gotta be safe, man.
yeah.
Big J was just talking about the pipes freezing and stuff somewhere. I think he out in Texas or something. He got to keep the water running. So I guess
He
y'all
in
having some
Dallas
cold.
too. Big J out there in Dallas.
Yeah, so he was talking about the coal, you know.
And I'm trying to tell you, it's I said. When I was like, man, when I saw it, I was like, man, because ice in Texas really.
Y'all not prepared for it. It's like a hurricane that what happened in New York or New Jersey. It's not that you can't fight it, it's just y'all don't have it. So y'all don't have the infrastructure for it.
Yeah, because I was gonna go down there last night,
But
but
Mella, that ain't true. Cause guess what? I done been in Dallas 20 years ago and it's had a huge snowstorm. It get cold in Dallas.
That was
Dallas
Cozy that said that.
ain't no regular South. Niggas ain't regular South.
Right.
Hey Mello.
Hey, good morning,
Good
everybody.
morning, Mella. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, darling. You know we talked before, and I'm gonna call you Miss University with due respect. I came up here when I heard Culture mention the Mormon Church, but you all have passed that aspect of the conversation. But
No, well,
the
speak on it.
Well, the Mormon church is fascinating me because it's like they're trying to outdo the fruit of Islam, right? It's like the fruit of Islam for brothers presented an opportunity for them to rehabilitate themselves and, focus on a more, how can I say, a better future. I'll put it that way. But the thing with the fruit of Islam is they make you work. Like you got to be selling paper, slinging pies. You got to be doing all kinds of, stuff that goes along with that. The Mormon Church, they got so much money that they just allow brothers to come in.
But I think they work because I see the guys in the Mormon church with
Yeah,
the white shirts and the black pants and riding bicycles and they go and preach the word.
demonstrating um demonstrating that aspect of it is considered work, but it's not the same thing. Where is your tally of pies that you sold today? Where's your tally of papers that you sold today? It's like they encourage their members, from what I understand, because I don't know it in full, I'm still looking it up. From what I understand, they encourage people who desire to be members to be taken seriously, to participate in their community agenda. And if you don't, they will still feed you. Okay? They will still feed you. They still have programs and outings and all types of stuff. But with the fruit of Islam, from what I understand, is very stringent. It's strict. And like there is no talking against anything. There's no such thing as having an open mind when you're in the fruit of Islam. You know, in the Mormon church, from what I understand, if you say something disputable, they'll just put their arms around you and just communicate why it might be. They'll turn on the charisma. And it's like, okay, I don't,
But is
maybe
that not like all religions where they
it's
say
all a
I
cult.
but
All
is it like
religions are
all
a cult.
religions
Yeah,
where
all
they say
religions
an
are a cult.
idle mind, an open mind is the devil's workshop?
But
But
what
you
I'm
got to see what
wh-
the segment of the population that they both started in. Is the Nation of Fruit of Islam, is them reformed criminals that went to prison and found
Mhm.
Allah. So you
Mhm.
gonna have a different dynamic how you work with them than people who ain't never been
Who
institutionalized.
never
You
and
I
that's
don't think they
and that's the
recognize.
difference.
I don't think
That's the difference.
Islam
All
recognize.
religions.
but but
Wait, hold
Mormons,
on. Let's talk one at a time. Pastor was trying to get in there.
I don't think the nation of. I don't think the NOI is even recognized by the Nation of Islam. I mean, they don't consider it really a real thing.
Oh,
We
you
do,
mean
we do, but I don't. They don't.
Yes,
they're
and let
they're
me just
not
say this
true
here.
Muslims? Okay.
Exactly, Mello. You're right because um the Islamic people who I know from East Africa, they call it the Black American Muslims. They don't call themselves. They don't say that they true Muslims because their whole teaching doctrine is from a different aspect of Islam and from the Quran. And if you ever read the Quran, if you ever was taught that, a lot of the doctrines that I follow is different. But I will say they do have some good stuff. If you how to eat to live, if you ever read that, that's a great book.
That is a good book.
A lot of the doctrines that they follow, I agree with. I just know that it's Americanized. I know it's American. It's not whatever. So
Yeah.
go ahead, Mella, with your thought. I'm sorry. I
No,
was
that's
just
a
gonna
good
say.
point about Islam being, or rather, the Fruit of Islam. The organization in America is different than the religion itself. It's a different segment. They don't acknowledge the Fruit of Islam as being truly Muslim. You're right. It's like we'll introduce you to the concepts of it, but it is Americanized, just like you said. I'm just now getting into other religions and finding out what they do and how they do it. And it's very apparent to me, as Pastor had mentioned, that it's all cult based. All of it. All religion is cult based. So I would ask you, Pastor, since you're the man on the panel and you're an independent thinker, what is it that you suggest an independent thinker would do to practice spirituality without being captured by the cultism, the cult aspect of religion?
You're gonna have to read the Bible, or I would even say the Quran or whatever you. I mean, I'm gonna read the Bible for myself, and I'm gonna have and break it down
Okay, so
myself.
you are exclusively, you have an exclusive, like, how can I put this, an affinity. You have an exclusive affinity for the Bible. Like the Bible is your go-to, right?
Actually, I read other doctrines too, but
But
I
if you had to weigh
believe in the
one
Bible though.
over the other, which is your top word to follow?
Yeah,
The Bible, right? Okay. So it's still all about Christianity for you.
yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
not the way they doing it though. I guess it's hard to get out the cult, right?
I don't think just Christians gonna make it. If you believe in it, just Christians gonna make it, just Jews gonna make it, just Muslims gonna make it. It's like a lot of things. If I like ice cream, they say I can't eat ice cream. I might choose butter pecan. You might choose chocolate. You might choose vanilla.
But
Yeah, all good ice
Koja, are we
cream. It's just
really?
if you ain't got no teeth, you might not want to get butter pecan.
Oh Lord, forgive the teeth missing. But Koja, are we really supposed to believe that there is a such thing as a child being born without a sperm involved? Are we
I
really
think
supposed to believe
this
that?
here. I think all them books got some great concepts and some great principles and some great parables that we're supposed to take and glean the information from. And then there's a part of it that is not going to be appropriate to your situation. And that's when you sit down and you talk with God, whichever one, what you want to call him, God, Allah, whatever. And then you get it from there. And that's what I think. I don't think none of that got nothing to do with none of it. Everybody got their own thing. When me and that man talk, or that man, that woman, whatever talk, that's on us.
That whole immaculate conception thing has been a thorn in my side. It's like,
I
are you
they can
supposed
have
to
it.
tell me, and I'm supposed to believe that a woman can spontaneously become pregnant without a sperm involved? Is that what you're telling me? I
I listen. There was
it's
dinosaurs and
I'm
all kind of
skeptical.
stuff.
I'm skeptical, you know.
Can I
And
tell you something, Mella?
go ahead, baby.
One time I was at work and my stomach was cramping real hard, right? Cramping real hard, and then I went to bleeding. So I had to leave work and I went straight to the hospital. And when I went to the hospital, they told me I was in labor. I said, I ain't pregnant. And do you know I had a big lob come out of me? And it was an egg that was trying to form that wasn't fertilized. I was married.
But you was having sex with your husband.
Yeah, but it wasn't even a fertilized egg. It wasn't fertilized.
I'm saying that
But what I'm
according to
trying to tell
Carcinogenesis.
you is
Christianity,
sometimes eggs can be hyper like jumping ready, like I'm about to be fertilized, and then they don't get fertilized and they start developing. And it happens. It happens.
I understand the defense of a religion. What
No, I'm
I
not trying to defend it. What I'm saying is
uh-huh.
I can see how people, especially a lot of women who've had that experience, start thinking, because the doctor even told me that sometimes your eggs will start to fertilize, try to develop without the fertilization of a sperm. So that happens. It's not an anomaly. That's something normal. When I went, they act
Mhm.
like it was not, it wasn't even something that happens a lot. You know, it's like people, women, a lot of times when it happens, they look at it as a big blood clot, right? But it's more than that. It's an egg. Your ovum was trying to develop without sperm.
What y'all got to say about that?
No, I'm
Because
just saying.
I don't want to dispute it
No. You
out
can
of
dispute
respect for
it.
you.
I'm just saying.
I can dispute it, but I'm not going to out
No,
of respect for you.
dispute it, because I'm not saying it was gonna develop and be a baby, because it didn't have sperm. So of course it couldn't be a baby. But what I'm saying is
Mhm.
it still bring you contractions, and you have to deliver it as if you had a damn baby. It's still
Understood.
painful.
Understood. That the contractions, the pain of having something swelling up inside of you that has to be expelled, that is a thing. Okay, in all matter and forms, when something has to be expelled and your body is concentrating on expelling it, it will cause more than discomfort. It'll cause the cramps and things that you've mentioned. What I'm emphasizing is that it is almost preposterous to me to think that a baby can be conceived without a sperm.
I'm gonna say this here, and I just Googled this because I always be saying it. I'm gonna remember it from here. Oxygen was not discovered until 1774. However, we were still breathing, our hearts were still pumping, and a lot of stuff before we knew the existence of oxygen. We existed on this earth thousands, millions of years before that. Medicine don't claim to know everything. We're just beginning to unravel all of it. So I'm not shutting nothing down or whatever. I'm just saying I don't know all the facts, and I'm big enough to say we don't even know a tenth of the stuff that happens. So
And if you think about it though, listen to this, Goja. Chickens, if you ever had chickens, right, and you don't have a rooster, do the chickens still lay eggs?
But
The
chickens are
chi-
not human
but
beings,
the
baby.
chickens still lay egg, right?
Chickens are not human beings.
And it's not a fertilized egg.
What are you resorting to?
Okay,
We're
I'm
Nick,
talking
sorry.
about
I'm
human
you're right. You're
beings.
right. You're right. I'm sorry. Let me stop.
we talking about them chickens.
Boy,
I'm
boy,
saying
chicken
I
eggs.
don't know. I don't care to know because that's not where I'm leading in life. And I'm leaving the door open because I remember in nursing school they taught us the man who said what we used to consider ulcers was started by a bacteria. They told him it was crazy. Fast forward 20, 30 years forward, helicobacteria treatment, not Milkamatic, what's the pink stuff? Pepto Bismol and antibiotics. So, and that was within my
Mhm.
lifetime.
And
So,
not only that, there was a time when doctors didn't wash their hands. And this guy that said, hey, we need to wash our hands before we start handling these patients, they labeled him as crazy and locked
it
him up
probably
and
was a
threw away
bitch
the
that
case.
said it and they gave credit to a man because that seemed like the domain
Hmm.
of the woman. But I
So
just
it's
did
not
it
a for,
trigger pastor. But
it, it's not a it's not a
Working
foreign
in the
concept
field,
that
working in the
people
field, I can
concoct.
agree with you. Guys don't wash their hands like that in the field. I agree with you on that.
It's not a
my
foreign
husband said
concept
he
that
was in
people.
my
Oh, go
future
ahead.
ex-husband say he was in the place because he used to deliver meds and the doctor came in there and pissed and he didn't even wash his fucking hand. He said he could not believe it. But
Got a problem
yeah.
washing their hands.
I think that
Yeah.
men should wash their hands before they urinate so that they don't get some type of skin situation going on with their shaft, you know. And I had a doctor that told me there, like he opposed my idea. He was like, "You're not even a doctor. How can you don't know the differences between bacteria and this, that, and the other." So he was so adamant about shutting my logic down
Miller.
without actually listening to the logic of it. It's like if you touching handles and shaking hands all day, isn't it
Bubby,
safe to assume that when you touch your shaft to urinate, all those germs are gonna get on your shaft, and then you go home and expect your wife to suck on you? Are you
no, no,
crazy?
no. You absolutely 1,000% right. I teach my kids that. I say that to my husband. Everybody think I'm crazy.
At least
Before
sanitize
you
your
go to,
hands
even as a woman,
before
before
you
you go to
handle
the
yourself.
bathroom, go ahead, quickly wash your hands and then go pee. Do not then touch yourself with dirty hands. Why are you? It's like we do stuff
Wrap a
so
paper towel, like
like hurry up
like
and
have a
wash your
barrier,
hands
have a
and then use the
barrier,
restroom. And
have a
then men, y'all touching y'all Johnson after touching the doorknobs, after touching everything, and then go pee and you gotta hold yourself. This is I say the
yeah,
same thing, Miller.
yeah,
I've been saying it.
have a barrier, to
Don't
I've
protect
be
been saying it.
do
the
not give
skin.
those
It's
men no
crazy.
excuses for when they brought the STI home. They was up in some puss,
Hmm.
some bush they was or down somebody's throat they weren't supposed to be in. So don't be up here giving them no excuses. But
No,
certain
I'm saying
bacteria,
too though. They're touching everything and then go
I
touch
know.
their
I'm just
Johnson.
teasing y'all.
Use the damn bathroom and then don't even listen. My thing is wash your hands before and after. Wash your
Some
hands.
bacteria and viruses last on the surface longer, like a tuberculosis bacteria can last way a long time on the surface, as opposed to a HIV virus that's not going to last that long outside of the body because it needs a host and stuff
These
and it's
guys
very
are driving trucks. Okay, they got their hands on steering wheels.
their
They
truck is
handling.
not the problem. It's
They
that lot
handling.
lizard in the
What?
parking lot that's their problem.
Well, I'm pointing out their sense of incompetence and irresponsibility when not being able to connect the dots about transference of germs. Like men are
I
not.
think
So
Mela and me are talking about hygiene and you talking about STDs.
I'm
well,
just
I mean,
joking with y'all.
but
That's
but
all.
but but it does connect to their sense of invincibility about their shaft. They think their shaft is invincible, and so they will do all kinds of stuff out there with their hands, and then go to the bathroom without washing their hands and hold themselves. And it's like, look, do
I
you
mean,
not
I don't
understand
think
germ transfer?
I don't think that's like your first. That's not your first thought. Always, oh, let me wash my hands and wash my. It's just,
Pastor,
oh man,
wash your hands before
that's
you
not our
use the
first. I would
bathroom.
that's
I'm
our first
telling
thought.
you. Is good. Wash your hands before you touch yourself, and then wash your hands after. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd rather you even just wash your hands before you have to, because for men and women have to do it 2 times, especially. This is the thing.
Do
If
y'all
you
really do all this hand washing?
Because
yes,
truth be told, when I wipe my vajayjay, I
Listen to
don't
him
have
getting
to
defensive.
directly touch my vagina to use toilet paper. Truth be told, I don't have to go in the bathroom and do anything to urinate other than squat because I'm just squatting everywhere else. I'm not sitting on no toilets in other places. But Pastor, not to get out subject, but I did want to ask you, when the vid was out, did you notice that people who were HIV positive and on antiviral medications did not succumb to vid like you thought they would, that they actually were okay? And is it
They
because they were on
did good.
antiretroviral medications, which they say did not cure COVID, but it was just strange that it seemed to my anecdotal experience, I noticed that.
Yeah, they did good. The people with diabetes and hypertension, they didn't do very well. But yeah, I was very surprised. But then they even did good, even with that whole monkeypox thing. That shit went away pretty quick.
And is it because Maybe it may not be the direct cure, but because it was an antiretroviral, maybe their immune system was primed up for it. I just would have thought that those were my patients that I expected to go first that didn't. And I just wanted to know it was a connection between the antiretroviral medications and that even though they're not used to treat the COVID.
It was a virus, and they were actually trying to prescribe some of those medications low key to people that had real bad cases of the vid, because they tried the plasma, they tried pretty much, they even tried doing blood transfusion of people with antibodies, and that didn't work. So they even got down to the point of trying antivirals, and
I just think it primed the system. My only rationale, even though they say antibiotics don't treat viruses and colds, I just think it primes the immune system to kick in so that it doesn't, it's already going. So it don't.
The antibiotics, pretty much what they do, they just deal with symptoms until your immune system pretty much pretty much brings the viral to a low viral load. Well, that's what we're really trying to get, is a low viral load. And I'm like you. I'm surprised that those people, that population, didn't have a higher viral load during the 2 years that we had to deal with that shit, but they did.
And not that I meant to die, but since you was a nurse, I had wanted to know what your anecdotal observation was.
I saw that. I ain't see a lot of them going down either, but I just saw a lot of people that were obese and that had diabetes or hypertension. I saw a lot of them go down. But not a lot.
I ain't mean to digress, but I just, since we was up here, and I ain't know when I was going to get an opportunity to ask you again, since we was talking kind of like some medical shit.
No, that was good. We can learn from that shit.
That's all.
Yeah. You know what? I always tell people, me and Pastor argue a lot, but we agree a lot. I agree a lot with the sucker. That's not like he really smart on a lot of shit. People just, when Pastor, you be trolling a lot too. Come on.
Yeah, the devil was a charismatic, beautiful motherfucker.
It's Black YouTube. It ain't me. It's Black YouTube. They want to. Black YouTube does not want to talk about They don't want to talk about that shit.
No, they really don't. They like when we on our fuck shit, right?
Okay, I'm glad you all said that. What does a content creator do when they are adamant that they don't want to involve themselves with the so-called F stuff? However, they've already established themselves as being recognized for having those types of conversations. How would a content creator do not a shift, I guess, about face? Like, how would you all do that? Like, for instance, if you want to start talking about serious things like child raising and or whatever that is more significant to you, when you are known for, like, going at it online with people, how do you make that shift as a content creator? Because a lot of them are considering that. They're like, I'm stuck in this. I've been doing this for, I've been battling on panels and I'm known for this for a number of years, and now I want to sit up here and try to switch up. Like, how do they do that?
I don't know, because I really wanted to do a show on like a concept of having people up on Black love, right? Showing a positive side and even some of the negative sides, but just relationship, But honestly, the more I hear this manosphere talking shit like this Luna and all this stuff, it's like I don't think I can ever get to that point. You know what I'm saying? Because my life, I don't think a lot of Black people deal with stuff that always happen on YouTube. But what I'm sad about is I feel like a lot of young people think that all this shit is reality. I think a lot of teenagers, and listen, I'll go to that guy Lil podcast, and those children that's in his chat are 14, 16. 16-year-old girls is on his panel.
Really?
Girl, yes, that little girl, she just turned 18, who always on his panel. Oh shit, what's her name?
Oh, that is dangerous. Oh my God.
Cammy. All of these here princesses, and these children are
I don't
14,
know what to think
15.
about that.
And when I go over there, yo, I'm on it. It's so, a little boy said he's 14 and he in school and he don't, these girls. And then one day I saw him say, fuck them black bitches.
Mm.
Yo, that's crazy. Not at 14, yo.
A little boy, but you listening to the rhetoric.
But see, the thing about it, I'm sure I can get real bad because everybody, this shit used to be fun, right? That's what I'm kind of shifting and talking about different stuff because it used to be fun, but now everybody is trying to go viral. Like we was up here really talking shit for like
Mhm.
the past 3 to 4 years that we've been doing this shit. We was really talking shit, like really, like really, you know what I'm saying, having fun with it, going at it. We weren't trying to go viral though. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now everybody they're just trying to go viral. So I mean,
Yes.
it's whack now.
They want to be famous.
Yeah, everybody want to be famous. Everybody want to go
You
viral.
too famous. You too famous.
Go viral more, like because it's easier for a woman to go viral, and a lot of
You think
a lot of
so? I
male
think it's
content
easier
creators
for the
really
men.
want to go viral. They really want it more than what a woman would want it because we want to go viral, but we know for us to go viral, we got to really go viral. You know what I mean? We got to do some wild shit. We got to say something wild. We got to really step it up to go viral. And I think that's what niggas is doing. They really trying to go viral.
Let me ask you all a question. Do you think that Cynthia G regrets being associated with abort black male babies? Do you think she regrets that? Because that's what she's going to
No.
be known for.
Well, she went
I,
viral for that. She went viral for that. And,
But Cynthia G was no, she don't even take the ownership of the original thought. It was another woman. It was a Nigerian woman who first said that.
Well, Cynthia
She's
G
known
Now,
for
said,
now she said she would not have a black male child.
and
yeah.
it's like
if
she
they not,
Would she
if the
regret being known for that?
I think if you don't understand shock, jock, et cetera, then you really ain't the person to have the conversation. Because if you want to take that literal and you want to run with that, those people want to run with that. You're never going to convince them otherwise. Because even if they know the truth, that's the narrative they want to put out.
They
So
they labeled
I would,
it as hate speech, and what I would say is that there's a pattern of people who are condemned for hate speech on one side of the coin, but on another side of the coin, you got all these people like Trump, and so forth, that are getting away with hate speech, right?
But what about black women should be face down in a pool of their own blood?
That's hate speech.
That's
well, you know what?
obsidian.
I actually and they
That's
allowed you to clean
obsidian,
that up
right?
too. But
well,
I
follow
did
reporting.
a stream on what Cynthia G said about delete all black male babies. I did a whole stream, right, where I actually played what she said.
She never retracted.
She never retracted, but when you think about what she said, all what she was saying, and to this day, I'm gonna stand on this. What she was saying is, if you look at the environment that these children were being raised in,
No, she's
their
saying
education
if we can't
levels,
raise them right, we
and
we
if you
we
look
we
at their
this we that we everything we do is wrong with our black sons.
so
Don't have them.
all she was saying is if we look at everything that's going wrong with our black sons, then she just jumped to that extreme like
but
point.
as I mean, the realistic of that approach right now, you can't even determine the fetal sex to almost what
All
5 or 6 months. So, and at that time, it was
No,
probably
girl, not no
even
5 or
longer.
6 months. Cause you're a nurse.
So it was a
15 weeks
shock.
of late.
They
It
tell
was
you
a
your
shock
baby sex at
statement
three
as
months.
opposed to a
Okay,
logical
I'm looking
statement.
at. I don't work OB, but I'm saying they say that the sex may be determined as early as 14 weeks. So that is 16 weeks. I'm sorry, I got my math wrong. I apologize. I got my math wrong. So 16 weeks is around 4 months. At this present time, what is the abortion cutoff? But that's now with the technology. But in the past, it probably was later. And then a lot of insurances don't even pay, which sometimes people will go and pay out of their pocket for these sonograms and stuff until certain ages. So realistically putting it into practice. And she said she wouldn't have. That could mean not even conceive the child, not just have an abortion, but not conceive. She said she wouldn't have if they what they say right now. You're saying she wouldn't have it. That means I'm not conceiving. And truth be told,
wait, Kosia, you breaking up.
you had the ability to. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can.
Yes.
Yeah, and my math got off track for a minute. I apologize for that.
No, it's cool.
But right now, you even have the option to determine the sex of your baby if you truly wanted to by
I don't know what's happening, but I want to say welcome to the panel, Mr. Kev. Wow.
I recognize that voice.
How you doing, baby? Good morning.
Good. Happy New
Good.
Year.
Mr. 504
I
himself.
to answer Mella's question, yeah, I think she missed talking about as far as Sinji. Yeah, I think she regret the whole thing with her being taken down. That's a lot of money she's missing out on, for one. And two,
man, Mr. Kev, she making double the money.
She making war.
Listen, her Patreon, she done tripled the money in Patreon. At one point, she only had 9,000 Patreon members. Now she got over 40,000. This woman is making almost $100,000 a month.
Can you imagine?
Well, she was making more than that.
Way more money.
Well, she was making more than that. She was making up to 200 something
on YouTube.
Listen, she
but,
did.
But the other thing is,
wait, Mr. Kev, she did a show on what's the guy, Storm Monroe channel. She did a show, and she broke down her analytics and showed that stuff. Well, she was getting 30,000 here, and now she's getting over 100,000 there.
Can you imagine convincing that amount of people?
It's like a blessing. Like, how the hell
to give you some money?
They got a whole lot of people.
Blessing for being shut down. God damn.
No. She's stuck now.
She got a lot of people that they got black problem with black men. It's not
but how did she not even double? She tripled her money.
That's good, but either way, I was concerned about her safety.
I was concerned about her safety too, but was y'all concerned about Obsidian's safety when he said he want to see black women face down in the pool of their own blood?
Do
y'all be concerned about Jay Prince when he said he want to see the destruction and black women are the ultimate threat to black men?
Yeah, you got to be concerned about when they're talking like that. That's like hold on. That's like time is so. That's like time and going up there to the conscious community and then wind up sneaking them was about to stab them. Yeah, concerned about their safety.
Some of that sounded like a call to arms. Some of that talk sound like a call to arms to, hey, go get these witches.
That's what they're doing.
And that is a difference between saying I'm not gonna conceive a child. Basically, I'm gonna be on birth control, and me saying a call to arms to go out and arm yourself and get these women. Two different things.
That's the difference with Cynthia G. She never called a call to arms.
I don't listen to her.
Have a call to arms for all us women, but Cynthia G never made it to where women should attack men. She did a call to arms and saying, you know what, they said we can't do shit right with our kids. We're not raising these kids right. Don't have them.
That's it. That's pretty much.
The guys agree with that.
The best. That's all she said. Really, that's what it boiled down to. See, think about it. I've stood on this too.
That's not why she got taken down.
They're gonna regret getting rid of
stuff. That white woman took her down.
But no. But they're gonna regret not. They're gonna regret not supporting her coming back or helping her get back. Cause look, Tommy got taken down, but Tommy right back. He on all kinds of panels.
He ain't up that way he used to be, man.
Tommy used to be, but he was definitely brought back, right?
What else would he have to do other than be a shock jock?
They're trying to make y'all get y'all busted up. Y'all didn't hear him. Y'all didn't hear Tommy trying to make it good for y'all to get y'all busted up. Y'all didn't hear him the other day.
I don't
He
listen to him.
said, Thomas said, your G spot is in your butt.
I never.
He, Thomas said, your G spot is in your butt. AKA, man, it's okay to let them go in your butt. I said, oh, he greased the door for men to come through.
Wait,
Donald
hold
Tommy
on.
and put it on out there.
Darren Long posted that in his Discord. Tommy Sotomayor in a shower with a huge damn dildo. Listen,
Y'all watch this shit?
man,
What?
Y'all be watching this shit?
Tommy
What happened?
Sotomayor is not who y'all. Listen, a lot of these men, I keep trying to tell y'all on the down low, they really on the down low, and they trying to get all the men from the women. And that's the thing y'all don't want to face. This Kevin Samuels, they don't really they
Okay,
deal with
now
us
we got
women,
the
they
men
want-
trying to pull us up from the women. We got
No,
the
but
women.
Mr.
We got the
Kev,
women. Got the
they
women
got
pushing
these
us.
men who
We got the
want
women
you,
pushing us away. So what do you think a
Mr.
guy?
Kev.
What do you
How
think?
would you
Wait,
take it?
what do you think a guy
Mr.
who
Curve,
dislikes
can you hear me,
women?
Mr. Curve?
What is he
I'm
supposed
a
to do?
I'm a strong black brother, Mr. Curve, and I want to take you, Mr. Kev, for myself.
Okay,
I want to,
what
but
is a
how?
good? What is a good?
See,
What
a
is a
man
good
can't do
guy?
that to you, right? But if
Huh?
he can put it in your mind to poison you against what you want, what you naturally want, that's what they do. They just try to poison your brain against
Okay,
what you.
so what should a guy who getting pushed away from the women by women and a guy and what he's supposed to do when he got guys trying to come at him and women pushing him away and all he just wants is a decent woman?
Man, that's why
I
we
will
have
tell
to
you this
encourage
here.
independent
What has
thought.
never came to my mind was me going to a bitch.
Okay,
This is
but
why
you
we
still
have
have
to
That
to
ain't
ask
never
him
came to
encourage.
my mind.
what he's
I'm
supposed
been
to do.
thinking, what we gotta do? What we gotta do
But
to make this
Because
shit
see,
right?
when you're talking what Sotomayor talking about is whatever in the ass or whatever.
Whenever I hear
But
a bitch
that's
like
gay
Priscilla
men.
trying to
That's
tell
not
me
straight.
men
That's not
can't
straight
love,
men. That's not
but
straight
this
men.
listen, whenever I hear a woman like Priscilla saying men can't love, I be thinking, oh Lord, what you women gotta do? What we gotta do? I never thought we gonna go to women.
Yeah, but
here
what should a
argument
straight
is
man do
not to be
if he
won.
That
go to
shit
It's
crazy.
not to be won by saying, oh, women, this is to encourage independent thought and see what we get. We
Yeah, but
click up.
independent to a degree. Because let me tell you
But
something. A
when you
lot of
hear
these
some fuck
people,
shit, no matter if it's a million bitches in that room saying 2 + 2 is 3, that you have enough of you to say, nah, bitch, I know 2 + 2 ain't 3. And even if I don't say it to all of them, I know how to keep my mind in sync instead of the masses
yeah, but a
telling
lot
me
of these
2
people
plus.
don't. Kosher. That's what you
But
say.
that's
What I'm
I
saying is a
always.
lot of these people hear the rhetoric and you can hear them. They repeat it word for word. They're repeating what Priscilla and with Kevin Samuels and all these talking points. They repeat this shit word for word.
And I don't have a platform, but that is why I panel hop, because I will always leave the message: be an independent thinker, be an independent thinker, be an independent thinker. And we have to encourage more independent thinking. No matter how many people tell you 2 + 2 is 3, you know that motherfucker ain't 3. Even if you don't want to have the argument, don't let them convince you. In your brain, you always stand on 2 + 2 is 4, no matter how many people convince you that it's not. You don't have to argue about it. You don't have to debate them about it. You just know and keep your thoughts and your mindset without having the masses convince you.
So don't let the masses of women who think you need to make 100,000 and stuff like that and so on and so forth. Don't let them
Them bitches
convince you.
ain't never convinced
And
me of
don't,
that.
hold on, I'm not finished answering my question. I'm talking about for a young straight man. And don't let the dudes that's trying to pull other men to be in the gay community, I mean the L community. Don't let them convince you. But you're a young man between 18 and 25. Don't let nobody convince you. Make up your own mind. That's what you're saying.
and yeah, and have a diverse.
when Mel was talking about the Mormons actually did have a power structure in which the older men got a lot of the women because they had the money. And so, yeah, somebody got to break it down. Yeah, these young men, listen, young man, because these older men up here telling you this
Yes.
bullshit, just
And,
like these gay men trying to
Okay.
hoard all the dick for
but wait,
themselves,
wait, wait.
these older men trying to hoard the pussy for themselves, and they telling y'all this bullshit to keep y'all preoccupied so they could come around here and get the young bitches while y'all preoccupied with this bullshit. Every
Exactly.
man is not in
All right.
your
So no,
favor
listen
because
to
But
he's
Mother
a
so let me
Hammer.
man.
just say
Just
this here
go for
for
self.
young men, y'all being tricked and fooled out of y'all place by old men. Oh, these old men telling these young men, listen, my husband was a young man. I was a young woman, a young girl. Listen, we was right after teenagers. And my whole thing is they want to tell you you are too young to 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 even worry about dating or something. I was broke. I was in college. My husband was in the Navy. We ain't had no lot of money. He was not no 100,000 uh 6-figure guy. But you know what? You can have a good life and you're gonna build and you're gonna grow up. And guess what? She gonna finish school, you're gonna go to work, you're gonna finish school. Listen, y'all can build a great life together.
But I ain't seeing no people
But
understand that.
hold on. These here manosphere men, they want you to believe that all these women are talking about you gotta make no. But let me tell you what they're
I'm
talking
listening
on.
to the
No,
women
no,
though.
no, Mr. Kev, because how they're talking to is women who are 35 and up. Those
Mhm.
women have different expectations because they're now out there working and build a future for themselves. So now they're thinking a man is supposed to either match me or come better. So that is the difference. What they're not talking about to young people. They're not talking about to girls
Yeah,
and
but
young
young girls are
boys.
saying that.
No, no, no. They're not talking to young girls and young boys.
I'm talking about the okay. Well, I'm talking about the young girls that they interview that say that.
The,
But
who because
women
all
as
the
a
women that was
whole,
on Kevin Samuels was damn near all 30 and 40-year olds.
Yeah, I
but
know, but
women have never
it goes
preached
you got
to
TikTok
girls.
and
Yeah,
that kind
Kevin
of stuff.
Samuels came up with that shit. And I remember it was a woman on Kevin Samuels. I watched that shit on Bomb Channel. This woman was saying, oh, well, it don't matter how much he make, long as he can support a family. And so he was saying, well, where you live? She said, I live in Los Angeles. He said, no, she said she lived in Atlanta. So he said, well, how many children would you like? This was a young girl, like 21. Because she said, I don't know. It don't matter how much money he make, long as he can support a family. So he said, well, how many children you want? Where you live? And so she said, I want 3 kids. I live in Atlanta. Blah, blah. He told her with 3 kids in Atlanta, she needed a man to make over
About
300,000.
500,000.
Yeah, 300,000.
See,
That shit was
I
now
even
you
heard them
listen to
That was
saying,
women.
always Kevin
No,
Samuels'
this
trap.
is my thing. He
Right.
told women that
It
they
was
need.
never about working together with Kevin Samuels. It was
Yeah, but
about the
he
man had to
telling
put that.
women, you telling young women this shit that they need, and then the other men come and want to be mad when women who listen to this nigga believe what he said.
because
Make
you
that
have
shit
men,
make sense.
but you have men that don't have, and people that don't have financial literacy. And I am not a financial planner. Let's get this shit straight. But I'm gonna tell you, if I can save 15 fucking $1,000 from July to October, and when you talk about people saying 50,000 ain't no money, I heard people say that. But if I, as a single woman, can save 50,000, I mean $15,000 in 4 months, in addition to live and pay my other bills, because I am my second income, then these men are not being truthful on these panels. Because I heard somebody say, oh, $50,000 ain't shit. But I don't expect that my 18-year-old coming or 19-year-old is going to make $50,000. But two people definitely making 50,000 with financial literacy and some tips on how to move can definitely begin to build a future. Because
Right.
And that's what I'm
um,
saying. As a couple, just sitting up here saying that you can't save 30,000 every year, you're not spending your fucking money right. If you don't have a budget and to say how much, listen, I can say I'm broke, but I still
Now,
save what I
now,
was
which
supposed to save.
content creator y'all think preaches that working
You
together?
supposed to save money even if you go broke because you done overspend or didn't manage what you were supposed to spend. You don't go touch what you wasn't supposed to touch.
That's why I be saving my bread.
And that's why I can be broke. You can
And
be
that's
broke,
why I
right,
started
Koya?
on them with them
Especially when you're broke
$15,000.
and you know you're doing the right thing. You can be broke and put your money up. That's what I'm saying.
But two people that started out make, and I'm not saying a $50,000 a year job is where they should stop at. But for somebody telling them that they cannot do that is absolutely wrong.
Mhm.
And but we don't
Oh,
have
you
people because
saying
I
that
hear
that's the message
everybody.
that you saying that's the message that Kevin was saying to the men
Well,
that
that's a
you
message that I
ain't.
heard somebody say recently, and so they saying it. I've been even reading people talking about, oh, we going into this, the rents being this here, and the rents are a lot. Let's get straight. But this is not the first time we have sat at 10% interest rates. We were at 10% interest rates, and we ain't at 10% now. In 1989, when my mom bought her home, it was at a 10% interest rate. My mom always had good credit.
Yeah, but listen to this.
But they
And
don't
two
teach.
people making $30,000 a year, you could save 10,000 a year. This is what I'm trying to tell people. It's always better with two. It's
But you
always
can't
you don't
Yeah,
eat
even
at
but
have
what
to
other
Star. You
invest
content
cannot
any
creators
get
saying
money
that?
if you have two people.
It
This is
seemed
how
like
much.
most
this is
content creators
crazy.
trying to split
But
up
when
the
you're
couple
fighting
instead of
people
working with them.
and you can't
Instead
get
of
a line with nobody, your ass gonna stay poor.
How much is a coffee at Starbucks? $6.
I
I
make
don't
my
know.
own coffee. All the coffee
But
I
I'm
buy from
saying,
Yeah, I make
so
my
if
own.
Starbucks. I
so
get
if
I
I
make
go
my
to
own.
parents that give me a
Starbucks,
bunch of I get about 40 Starbucks gift cards a year. And that's the only time I'm gonna go to Starbucks. When them 40 cards is up, I ain't getting no more Starbucks.
but let me
Right.
just say, if I go there every day and a cup of coffee is $5 a day, and I work 5 days a week, and I'm just saying $5 because I know it's more, and I work 5 days a week, that's $25 a week. That's $100. 100 times $100 a month. That's $1,200 a year. We cannot, if you go to any fast food restaurant for lunch, it is 10 to 13, $14 for a lunch meal.
Pack a
So now you're
sandwich, pack
talking
a
about
sandwich and a bag of chips.
$60 a week, $60 a week just for lunch, times 4 is 240, times 10 is 2,400, a little bit close to $3,000 a year. Right there, you have almost $5,000 in savings. Now, I'm not saying you can't never eat at a fast food restaurant, but if people expect to have these things all the time and they're steady citing credit cards and they're not teaching financial literacy, and they're like, oh, I'm entitled to this. A mani and a pedi is how much? $110. I mean, if you get nails, if you get an acrylic, not acrylic, but gel nails and all of that, that's a minimum. So you're talking about $200 a month times that. It's another 24. So right there, you have $10,000. And it's just cutting back. But if we're not teaching this and we're saying you're entitled, you're entitled, you're entitled, then it won't get out there. So no, you may not be able to get those things. Maybe maybe you got to buy your own gel polish and do your gel polish at home, or go get a
And I don't
pedicure.
understand that because the gel polish is sold at Walgreens. And I don't know why
Savings.
people in Walmart, why you can't do your own gel nails.
Yeah, savings is such a stress reliever. I know a lot of people think about the depravity, like, oh, you mean I can't go have this and go have that? But when you really break it down to, if I say $30 a month, I'm sorry, $30 a day, because people are spending $30 a day on bullshit. Let's get that
Now,
straight.
I'm not
If you
against
say
people having. I'm
if
sorry,
you
Let
but
him
save
finish.
if you save $30 a day, you will have 10,000 and a little bit more at the end of the year. And it's just as simple as that. Save $30 a day and figure out how to do that. Be it Walgreens savings, be it coupons, be it okay, I'm gonna get my nails done some other time instead of this. Like just make your goal $30 a day. And in a year you'll have 10 grand.
and I'm not saying Starbucks versus that. I'm saying if going to get an
Do you know how
apartment,
many people mess off $30 a day? Like people spend
I
$30
do
a
it.
day
I
on
do.
dumb shit
I
every
do.
day.
I do. But let me say this here. I'm not saying nobody can't have Starbucks, but if we're coming to times where rents have gotten astronomical, and to get an apartment to put first, last, and security is gonna cost me $6,000, but I can go hard for a year and cut back and have $10,000 maybe to get me a townhouse, condo, or whatever with my personal, because you need so much money down and clean up my credit. I can do that for a year and sacrifice for a year to put me in the best place. I didn't say never get Starbucks.
It is a
I
sacrifice.
said don't get it every day.
Right. It is.
I didn't say never not eat out. I say don't eat out every day.
But it is a sacrifice, and people need to understand whether or not they're
But
worth
you know
the
what?
sacrifice.
I am the older, and I've never carried. I see them saying repercussions.
It actually
They say
like you living better, because let me tell you something. Even if I bring leftovers, you know, when I warm up my leftovers, everybody who come in there say, "Oh my God, oh, what you got for lunch?" My leftovers is a delicacy for other people. Like, for real, they want it.
Now, I'm not really into leftovers.
Oh, girl, whenever I cook anything, somebody want to taste it. They want to try my food. And so my thing is, it's not even feeling like I'm going without. You don't feel like you're going without. That's what I'm trying to say.
If you cook something with a sauce or a gravy, it's going to taste better the second day anyway. Exactly. Now, if you're talking about something fried or something that has to be crisp, no. But if you're talking about something that you don't put some seasoning in, that got a sauce or something to it, that second day is the best day. But I did grow up where I was going to be like, I'm never going to be like my mother. I'm never going to eat leftovers. But when you go to appreciating the taste of food and the way that those flavors sit there and marinate in it,
you're going to be like, understand preparing for the week. I can understand that. But switch it up. Like, you know, there's, like, for instance, salmon patties, right? Let's say, for instance, you prepare.
Salmon patties should be cooked fresh.
Okay, say for instance, you got the gumption to fry up a batch or grill a batch of salmon patties, and you freeze them. And when you in the mood for a salmon patty burger, you pull it out or whatever. That I can dig that. What I'm not really into when I say I'm not into leftovers, like, I'm not gonna have a pot of beans for the next 3 days. I'm not gonna do that.
Your beans is better the next day.
I'm not gonna have no pot of beans
awesome
for the next 3 days.
Season, after your onions and
I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, girl, you ain't never had beans.
I'm telling you,
I've had it, and I love it. It's just that I'm not gonna do it.
Now, me, I'm like to a point where I can't eat something more than 2 days.
I've had refrigerated and reheated beans. Of course I have. I'm just not gonna do it.
You're just not gonna do it every day.
And then that means you just don't cook.
I can't do it.
And you don't cook enough to have it for 3 days.
I'm gonna make the portion that's appropriate for dinner, and that's it.
But you can
that's
also
okay.
Save the rest
but
if you don't cook them, though. Like, if it's beans, you get dry beans. Don't cook the whole pack.
No,
and that's still the same thing. I mean, however you want to accomplish and not going to fast food every day.
Some people cook the whole damn bag of beans, and it's only 3 of them. It's like you ain't gotta cook no whole damn bag.
I wanted to ask because I didn't want you thinking I was coming for you in the chat, so that's why I was just saying. You know, as a younger millennial, you hear people saying, "Give up the Starbucks. It's you and this avocado toast." You hear this same debate, talking points about how the younger generation doesn't want to save money, and we do, but we are also in a time period where we're struggling based off of older people not wanting to pay us for the job that we do.
I was not finna be my mama. I was not finna be locking up the snacks, which I was not gonna be eating leftover. Bitch, before I ain't saying bitch, I'm saying I'm taking it back. I just been saying that as a perfection. I was like, no, ma, I'm not using no toilet paper. I'm bougie. I'm using Charmin on my ass. So I had all them damn 4 boys going through my toilet paper, and down we went back to Scott.
Huh?
So I hear you say, I'm not going to be my parents. I want to do this. I want to do that. I was that. But one thing she did impress upon me, and I don't know when they say the older people told them different, do not carry a bunch of credit card debt. And I don't know if everybody got that. You know, my mama's, my single mama was a whole everything. So I don't care what nobody else said. I don't know what they single mama did. That's some shit I ain't agree with. But my mama, single mama, taught me. And
She was a what?
you know, huh?
She was a what?
My whole single mama.
You know, when it goes to get to talking, it's hard to understand. It's with that southern, that
My
Florida.
single mama, my single baby mama is my real mama, and she is my. She impressed upon me don't carry a lot of credit card debt, even though she didn't tell me don't screw up my credit. She always kept her straight. She said don't carry a lot of credit card debt, don't carry a lot of this, and don't carry a lot of that. To this day, my credit was messed up, but it was messed up for stuff like I didn't return the cable box or something like that, which was easy to pay off. But she definitely taught the financial literacy in other ways, and she exemplified. Now, my whole single mom, she finna buy this land for me, to I could get through this divorce and buy it back from her. But I'm sitting up there looking at her net worth, because I'm doing the paperwork, looking at her net worth, and her net worth. I'm like, oh, mama, I didn't know you had did it like that. And for her whole single mama struggle, and it may not be a lot to a lot of people. It's not a lot to a lot of people. But she's sitting at over $500,000 on a single baby mama struggle. And that's not a lot to a lot. But they did teach the lesson.
That you and your man can work it out?
Work it out in this courtroom in this divorce.
You got your mind made up that there will never be love again.
When I see verbal abuse escalating to physical abuse, there is no working out.
There's no turning back from
and
that.
Listen, you're not finna pimp me for my puss nor my working. You wanna do what you want to do. You want to get midstream and change up the contract and change your behaviors. I get to change my behaviors also and say, no, I'm not renegotiating this contract.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yes, there has to be respect. Absolutely. There has to be respect, or else there's no turning back. Absolutely. I commend you for that. For standing up.
Can I say something?
For your right.
From my standpoint, I believe that most marriages can be worked out as long as it's two things. Not a third party brought into it, and no physical.
I believe a marriage can be worked out.
I think verbal abuse is just as bad.
Yeah,
and it precedes physical
abuse.
But what I'm saying is, if a person, because you know what, we can both do verbal abuse to each other, right?
Yeah,
but if it gets to be physical,
abuse is abuse.
It is. Abuse is abuse. I will agree. But I'm saying some abuse, once it hit physical, that's the ultimate to me. And you cannot come back from that.
And my strategy,
you cannot come back from physical, and you cannot come back from a third party.
What about the children, though? Are the children supposed to see the verbal?
Well, that's the thing.
No, I'm not saying it's good. But what I'm saying is, I have seen people go through therapy, and you learn how to.
But the children saw it, though.
But listen, I have seen.
But the children heard it too.
Yeah, and I've seen couples on both parties calling each other out their name, because that's how they grew up talking to people, and that's how they grew up talking to each other, and they learned this is not the right way.
But both
I ain't no initiator, but I am a participator. You initiate the disrespect, and I will get engaged in it with you. So, for the most part,
and that's not healthy.
And that's when you have to leave, and that is when you have, because you know that escalation will continue.
Yeah, it will.
And one part of the party can't be the only one wanting to change. It's got to be both. So both
it has
are trying
to be both. You're right, but I'm saying I have seen it to where they can work it out. If they both can recognize, hey, you know what, this shit crazy.
No, I'm 50 years old and I refuse to go. If I cannot financially take care of myself to the level that my mother did, who grew up without indoor plumbing, then I have done a disservice to her. And if the only thing that is preventing me from doing that is the man who is supposed to build with me, is taking down 2 bricks for every one I stacked up, then I don't have a problem with exiting.
Yeah, he's sabotaging the progress.
Yes.
And that's not cool. You know, under no circumstances
But
is
I've
that
seen
cool.
that even
For
with
every 2
couples
bricks
trying
you
to
put
save.
for every
I
3 bricks you put up, he taking down 2. That's crazy.
yeah,
No,
I worked with a woman and she would bring her lunch every day.
Tear all them bricks down.
No, I'm saying if you trying to bring your lunch every day and trying to save as much as you can, and then you got a spouse who eating out fast food every day and doing the opposite, you're not gonna save. You're not gonna be able to do
And
because
they
that debt they create is marital debt. And I'd be damn if I'm saving, putting my pennies away and doing X, Y, because I don't have a in place retirement because my kids were caught, raising kids is always something. So I said before I even met this person that once my kids got to be adults, that was going to be my time to save for my retirement.
Let me run this by you, Coach, real quick. Check this out. A scenario where these the married couple, they got their house, they own rental properties, they're doing exceptionally well. She's a school teacher, he worked in the steel mill, all that kind of stuff. But they raised a boy and a girl. The boy became a fuck up, for lack of a better term, and he found himself in jail, and he was facing a prison term. And what his mother decided to do was put the house up to get a lawyer, right? We talking 80 grand to get a lawyer. So here goes the father, like, I think that nigga needs to stay in jail. He did the shit, But she was like, but that's our baby. That's our baby. So in those series, so they never put hands on each other and none of it. Maybe they talk
But
crazy to
listen,
it. Well, what would you say,
that
Kolja? Hold on. What would you say, Kolja? Should that man stay married to that woman, or should he consider her sabotaging their future retirement?
wait,
Um,
before you answer the question, let me just say this here. I know a family in real life. The my, he went to jail and his mom bailed him out and put the house up. And my father-in-law said when he got out of jail and his daddy found out, he told him, if you make me lose my house, I'm gonna kill you and your mama.
What you think, Cole?
What you
um,
think?
that's
There was no
there's.
abuse.
I'm
She just made
personally,
a
she
Mhm.
can't do it without his consent if it's their marital home. So it will
No,
take both of
he
them.
bought the house for her. For her. It's
It's
the
still
house.
theirs.
Okay, but she
I
went
think what
ahead.
she's saying is the house is only in her name.
She
It don't
was
matter. It was bought in was it bought in the marriage?
Yeah,
yes,
but
of
when you
course.
signing something
Well,
like
what
that,
about the
you can sell
situation,
it.
Koja?
Yeah.
You think he wrong or
Um,
she wrong?
Was she wrong for just bailing her son out of a crime he obviously did?
um, I can't say what that lady was, and I wouldn't have done it.
I wouldn't have done it
Exactly. I
either.
wouldn't have done it
I'm
either.
not putting up with that's your dumb ass going to
Cause
jail for
you
some
gonna he
shit
gonna
that
Listen,
costs
still
I
be in
know
80
prison.
damn $1,000 for a lawyer. What you do? Knock somebody off?
He
It
I
gonna
don't
know
even
still be
cost
in
women in
prison,
nothing
and
to
my
they're gonna be
leave.
own
homeless.
family who have done that crazy shit, and I ain't gonna lie,
Right?
I
You go
don't
sit
agree
your
with
ass
it.
in jail.
I don't agree with it, but I do know women who have done that shit. And
The
guess
lady,
what?
the
This is
dude, the
the
guy
thing:
that killed
the guys do
the
not
guy that deleted
appreciate it.
Betsy Pancake from the lady that owned Betsy Pancake House he went over there across the river and deleted her.
Yep,
Uh,
sure
Right.
did.
I know his aunt. She put up her house and put up 50,000. They got too much evidence on this boy. This old St. Aug ass, privileged ass nigga
It's
just
a
went over there
closed case. Why you putting up your
and
house
beat
when it's
that
a
lady to
closed
death.
case?
Beat that lady to death with a crowbar.
Yep, I remember that shit.
Right. And they
Damn.
caught his ass. She's still trying to get him out. I'm like, you crazy. That the
I
state gonna
mean,
make sure he never get out of jail. He ain't getting out.
And that's
she
the
should have
thing
saved
with
that money and put it on his commissary.
that's all
Right.
you
Mhm.
can do, because these mothers, I don't mean to isolate it in terms of mothers. What I'm saying is there are some tenderhearted parents that refuse to believe that their child deserves the consequences of their actions. They
Well,
refuse to believe that.
No, it's like some women don't want to feel like they ever throw it away their child. So some women never
It's
want to
too
feel
much
like I'm gonna
attachment.
give up. I'm gonna give up on. Listen,
But
and
what I
you know
can,
what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Even in the school system, you face that. There's a child with a disability, a learning disability, and everything the schools say, the mama fight against it, and all they do is make the child go lower and lower, because the people are saying, recognizing that he can't stay on task. They recognizing she not doing it. She's not on level, or and the mom feeling like it's you against her child. Instead of getting the child the damn help that the child needs, you don't want a stigma attached to your child, right?
yeah.
And so I see that all the time. And then let me tell you the opposite flip
That's
side.
that nurturing shit women
No,
have.
no, no. Let me tell you
Uh,
the nurturing. Let me tell you the worst part of it. That's the part that's just being defined. But the other side is when they agree. Oh, my child have this. Now they think their child is immune and can do all kind of fuck shit. Beat up other kids, do all kind. Well, she got a disability. Well, she got a and then they act like anything their child do. Well, you should know my child got this disability. You see
Your
what I'm saying?
child should sit their ass on the
Nigga,
corner
this
somewhere.
ADHD don't mean your child get to give other kids black eye. Cause we gotta fight with them parents when they come up here because their child got their ass whipped.
I got a question for you, Mule. They
Mhm.
had the report came out. They showed this lady, black lady. Her child was kept back. I think he damn near junior or senior 3 times. He missed 200 over 3 years. He missed 227 days, and so on and so forth. Which the boy didn't have no passing grades or anything. She said the system failed her son.
Yeah, we got a
I
child. We got a
disagree with
child
that.
like
That
that.
the system
We got
failed
a
her
child
son.
like that this year that missed 40 something days, and we was only in school 66 days at the count. and you mad your
And the
child
mom
failed.
and the mama mad.
Yeah,
but
you
the
mad.
mama can uphold him all she
Fuck.
want to, because the world is not gonna uphold him. And when you feel, if you think that world out there is gonna coddle you, they may give you a pass until you 21 or 22. The world is not gonna
Man,
coddle them,
girl,
and you do your
I mean,
child a
they could have been
disservice.
going to
what do
trade
you think the
school or went
prison
to an
to
alternative
pipeline?
school and got his GED
Exactly.
or something
Listen,
like
y'all
that.
not being
If public
realistic.
school not working for your
But
child like that,
if
you need
I
to do
say
something
that,
else.
then I'm being and I tell my son and my daughter, the world ain't gonna coddle you. After, as a matter of fact, with my daughter, I just told her, listen here, you are a
Kosha.
group among the
Wait,
group that
let
has
me say this
been.
here right quick. Let me say this. There's a phrase called prison school to prison pipeline.
They
And the
set them up to
reason,
knock them down.
no, they don't set them up. You setting them up. You
No,
set them up. You know
not
why
me.
you set
Cause
them
The
I
up?
ain't.
parents
No,
set them
no,
up. Yeah.
the parents.
No, the
The reason why,
school, the
no,
school
actually,
allows
it's
this.
not the school. It's
Yeah, I
not.
agree with that.
No, my dear,
You got to be
it's
doing
not the school.
awfully bad and really
Listen,
fucked up, and your parents completely
listen.
ignore your school system, your
Exactly.
schooling.
Because the
If you
school
didn't fail 3 times, missed 200 and something days, and been kept threat back
exactly.
3 years,
Every time your
that's on the
child is
parents.
absent, they sending a phone call to the teacher,
Yeah,
to the parent. Hold on, let me just tell you this here. There are so many safety camps. Every time your child is failing a grade, there is an automatic thing on Class Dojo that goes to the parent Class Dojo or email. Every time your child, it's 3 progress reports for each quarter. Before they get that report call for that quarter, you should have already know your child was on a downward spin, right? So when that report call come in, and then it's not another 3 progress reports, then another report call, then you surprise your child failing. How the
when I
hell you
say
surprised? What the
set them
fuck
up,
is you
let me
surprised about?
clarify
No,
what
no,
I'm
no. Let me
talking.
tell you something. It's too many parents come up there and want to say to teach everybody hate their child.
To be a
Let me
Everybody
gracious
lying.
clarify.
host, man.
Let
Everybody
me
Like
All you
hate
got to
their
clarify.
do
you
is
keep
go
child.
to Paris
interrupting
and get a
your
visa.
guests.
Okay,
Let me
but
clarify
I
what I'm
didn't
talking
finish.
about.
Can I finish?
Okay.
Nobody is lying on your child. Nobody is saying your child is hitting other kids and your child ain't. We're not going to, people don't do that. They're not lying saying this. The whole thing is when your child hit other kids, those other kids' parents are coming at us. Why your child ain't suspended? Why is my child getting bruised and battered? And then you know what they'll say? Well, my child got a condition. My child is this. I understand that, honey, but in the real world, what you're doing is, see, once that child hit 13 and they have legal age to be completely arrested, that's what your child is. You put your own child headed toward a fucking prison system because you didn't handle none of that shit from 5 to 13 when you knew your child had issues, but you coddled them and you babied them instead of being more stern and stricter and working with people who had the best interest of your child. You want to go
Okay,
against those people.
can I clarify?
Yes.
What I'm saying is this here. The number of chances that schools give kids, life doesn't give them. There will be nobody doing 5 and 6 phone calls when you get adults. There will be nobody. There will be no adult left behind in life. And so all of those things that you're getting as kids,
Culture.
Damn.
Did you go
She was
out? No,
preaching
I
too.
wasn't. What
What?
I'm saying is, it ain't even as an
you
adult
that
at
even when
13.
you get in the
At
college
no,
system,
no, what I'm saying is,
what
Culture, even
I'm,
at 13, before you even get to be an adult, that is why it's called the school to prison pipeline. Because at a certain point, once your child
That's what
beat up
Culture
somebody at
mentioned,
13,
Mule.
but what I'm saying at 13, when your child assaults somebody at school, it is not an assault. It is not just a fight at school.
I, for one, want to give Koja Malik absolute credit for coming up with ideas that are influencing others. It appears to me that the host, whom I dearly appreciate and adore, however, I'm going to point out the flaw that you interrupt your guest constantly.
I didn't interrupt her. She went out. The fuck
I'm
are
Prior
you
here.
to that,
I'm
talking
here.
about?
prior
Can
to
you hear
her
me?
going
Yeah,
out.
but yeah, I can hear you now, Koja, but you had went out for a while. I don't know
That
what the
let me
fuck y'all
tell
was
you
talking about.
something, stuff that you interject when your guests are speaking is noticeable. And I love you. I'm saying that with
Well,
love
notice it.
because we
Notice it.
we want to participate with you. Please be, you know, considerate. That's
Go
all.
ahead, Mella.
I
Go
mean
ahead.
that with
All
love.
right.
No,
Go
it's
ahead,
Coach's
Mella.
turn.
I don't
Coach
know.
turn. Coach,
I
you was talking
told
about the prisoner pipeline and you were expounding on it before you got interrupted, before your mic went out. Please continue your thought without interruption if we are so allowed to hear it.
all I'm gonna
And
say
I
is that
say this
life.
with love.
Only thing I would say is life don't give you all them chances like they give you in school. Sometimes it's 13. I was just speaking to 18 because once you go into like in school, they give you 50 million times to make up assignment. But when you go to college, you don't get 50 million times. In life, they're giving these kids, they're holding their hands, they're letting them stay in school after they done had 5 and 6 and 7 fights. Sometimes they get arrested, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they push it behind. But life will not hold their hand like that after adulthood and sometimes before adulthood. That's all I was saying. And I
And
do agree with the prison pipeline. And when the kids have gotten away with so much, they get in the real world and then that same fight they got in high school or in middle school, they get in as an adult and now they got that criminal past because they thought they were going to be coddled.
thank you so much. Mule came up with the idea to have this segment of the discussion. I want to give her full credit. I want to also acknowledge everybody on the panel and in the chat room. Um, I hope you got the day off today. If you don't, it's gonna be all right. Um, shout out to love, peace, and unity. I didn't mean no harm. I'm just saying I want to hear everybody uh make their point, Mule, Miss University. So I hope you don't think I was disrespectful. I pray you don't think I was disrespectful. I would just like to hear everybody make their point as they're speaking. That's all. And I apologize if I offended you. Sincerely.
Love that.
But when it go, but women, I think if you have to follow a man to your detriment, baby, get out. Get out. I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna let no man
But
stop my
Mo, I just want to
progress.
say I was not offended. I wasn't offended. So that's it.
I love you too.
I love you too.
We gonna hug it out.
No, that's all I was saying. But no, I feel like you shouldn't follow anybody, man or woman, to your detriment. I mean, that's just foolishness. You know what I'm saying? I think if a woman is doing too much, and if it's a detriment to the man, he need to get out. If it's a man, a woman, and a man doing too much, she should be small enough to get her ass out. That's why I'm against people saying they leaders, and lead yourself. And if somebody's going somewhere where you want to go, jump on board. Go. That's what I'm saying. And if somebody going somewhere where you say, whoa, 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 I don't want to go over this bridge. I don't want to jump into the water. You know what? Stop. Put your brakes on and jump off.
Like the
Because
boy Anton, he wilding out right now.
what's going on? I heard Bomb say he about to get a divorce.
No, he's not. What he's doing is, I don't know what he's doing is, I think it's just stupid. He said he's gonna stay with his wife, but he can be flying in all these baddies or these bad bitches to do interviews and still
fuck him.
I don't necessarily know if he gonna.
That's what he will wind up doing.
I don't know. I mean, I would not invite. I've been married. I've been through the whole bullshit divorce shit. Like, let me tell you, I would not invite them problems into my life, yo. I done been there, done that. He inviting problems. He's inviting problems into his life that
his wife was with him before he looked like a bootleg Rick Ross. His wife was before. He gonna find out just cause you got a little bit of money.
A bootleg Rick Ross.
He done lost weight. He done grew a beard, and he done got
off that beard.
Done. He got fake teeth now. So my thing is, before you had all your improvements, and you still cross-eyed, you still cockeyed. But my thing is, this woman loved you and married you with all your flaws. And now, because you think you got some celebrity, you just keep shitting on her. But the minute this woman leave him and try to get a little bit or half, they're going to say she was wrong. This is the craziness of this shit. Ain't nobody going to take all this shit from this man. And me personally, he is the one of the reasons why I asked in 2023, do women think, if you listening to these good men, because he's supposed to be a good Christian man, do women really think it's even worth getting married in 2023? If this the good Christian holy man.
No, it is not.
I bet he built like a wife.
But this how he living his life. This how he want to treat his wife. And he's the example of male leadership. Is this what y'all think women want to sign up for? This shit crazy.
Do not do it.
I ain't seen him from the neck up, but I bet he built like a Y or a V. And I don't care how much weight he lost. Just like Rick Ross legs look like he a size 42 up top and a size 22 at the bottom. He probably built the same way.
Yeah, that's how he built. That is exactly how he built. But this is the thing. You have a wife who loved you before you got the fake teeth, before you grew the beard. You still cockeyed. I mean, you ain't even have your eye surgery yet, and she's still down with you. I mean, come on. Like,
she should be mad. All that hair on his face. He can't even eat puss. How I got to shave my puss and you put all that hair on your face?
I'm telling you, I know that shit itch, and then food be all in them beards. I can't stand them niggas with them beards. Man, you see them eat, and the food always in a beard. You know that beard stink. Come on now.
What's up, Mew?
Right? Wow, what's good, Sister Chazé? That's my big sister in the building, y'all. Wow.
Hey, Chazé. Happy New Year.
What up, Charles? I hope the nigga don't get divorced. He said he never going to get divorced, but all this, I'm gonna have all these other women. He said he been going around saying you niggas are neutered. You niggas are neutered. Look at that. Not having a bunch of random bitches around your family does not mean you neutered. Like, and the way they play with words on the internet is crazy. Like, you niggas ain't got no balls. Your wife took your balls because you don't want to have a bunch of bitches around your wife and kids. I mean, like, when did that shit become cool?
Because this is the good men. This is the good men who got options. But if a woman got options, she a hoe. This is crazy talk.
I mean, why would you want to
look? Luna is the new good woman. She's the new good woman. She's the new good ambition for married women now.
OnlyFans model?
Not on OnlyFans. She on Pornhub.
She on Pornhub too.
Damn.
Look like he put his whole. He got. You need to go see. He put his whole fist up there, boy. Whole fist.
That shit crazy.
Man, that nigga
Oh, put her fist down her throat. Put puss.
Who these bad bitches he talking about he be flying out, man? He talking about Brittany and all them other motherfuckers. We done
talking about Allen girl. You know he was messing around with Allen girl.
Man, he better she devious, yo. I don't like how she looks very devious to me. Right? She got a very devious look. And she like her feet stink too. I should be wearing high heels with no socks for a long time, sweetie. Those thankful.
You know you got to spray your bottom of your feet with deodorant so they don't sweat. That's what they say the models do in South Beach. I don't know. It makes totally.
She got a sweat foot, man. I don't know. She look devious to me, yo. He crazy. He gonna throw his whole family away over that devious looking ass motherfucker. I don't know, man.
Don't nobody want little Daryl. They gonna use up his money. If they do, they just want the money and they gonna leave. Don't nobody want little Daryl.
That nigga cockeyed, y'all. I don't know if he looking at the screen or if he looking at.
That's why he be trying to keep them shades on.
Girl, he be looking at the screen and himself at the same time. I be like, God,
that's little Daryl. I told you, look just like you, my daddy.
That shit bad.
He drank the Kool-Aid. He drank the Kool-Aid.
New teeth, so he do look better with the new teeth than he did with the old teeth. And now he got the full beard. But I mean,
he probably gonna mess with Fleece Johnson. He was over there grinning when Fleece Johnson was telling him he was fine.
I'll pay to see that on Pornhub. I'll pay to see it.
See, that nigga think that his wife won't leave him, yo. He think he just got it like that and she won't go. I mean, we'll see.
I would say if his wife ain't concerned, probably a reason why she ain't concerned, because he probably ain't never did
having
for her.
Surgery. I think she having surgery right now, some kind of surgery.
Wow.
Man, yo, God forbid, yo, on some old,
she be okay.
on some old ritualistic shit. Don't let this nigga Kanye hope she make it up out of there. Cause maybe he's saying, yeah, me and my wife will never divorce. I'm gonna be finding all these baddies, man. When people get rich, you never know what they'll do or who they'll pay.
But is he rich? Do we really know if he's rich or not?
Well, I mean,
Kevin Sandler was rich. They said Kevin Sandler was rich.
It don't take that much.
I just want to say I want to pray for her too. I hope she get up out. I don't want nothing bad to happen to nobody, y'all.
I hope her surgery is okay.
Yeah,
she come out of her surgery, whatever she had.
That's how you know
that devious nigga will be plotting on her.
He ain't even strong-minded. He let some. I don't know if he ever loved her or not. I don't know his story like that. But if he came here and he was so weak, he let internet culture sway him. He not the strong person, but maybe that was just in him. But if he let this here sway him, he ain't even lead the material.
So you know them people could come up to him like, you'll sacrifice your wife, and he'll do it. You said he that weak and he want attention that bad, and he want these baddies, and she'll never divorce. She never gonna divorce me. She never gonna leave me.
But did you hear him say even if he do divorce her, he still gonna get that, and she better not give it to nobody else, even if he married to somebody else. He said that.
And this is why women have to really secure something for their kids, because a man like this here will leave his wife and his kids will be an afterthought. He wouldn't even financially support them after 18.
You better believe that.
This shit's wild, man. I'm like, Anton, man, you really wilding now. And you know, because look, he had Kwame Kilpatrick up there. He was interviewing him. Come to find out this nigga done killed a stripper. Her daughter out here talking on the internet now.
I've been playing with this idea for a while. We live in such a hypersexualized culture. Everybody think they fucking like porn stars. And because of that, everybody else feel like they got to be fucking like porn stars. And if they not, something wrong with you. So you even got pills to make you go against nature to try to make you fuck like porn stars to fit in to a narrative that's not even true.
They be taking breaks, getting in position and shit.
But because it's hypersexualized, because everybody feel like they waking up in the morning, screwing, going to bed in the afternoon, getting it in, that's not reality. And people who aren't doing it are trying their damnedest to do it because they feel like something wrong with them when it's all an illusion.
Why is this nigga in his late 40s trying to have all this crazy, spontaneous situations with baddies? Like, nigga, you too old for this shit.
Drugs.
That's that middle life crisis.
Why? I don't think nigga on drugs. I think that nigga drank water. I don't think that nigga on drugs. I think this nigga has. This is you. The occultism of YouTube. I'm had to follow through on that. YouTube is another cult. This shit can drive niggas. This shit is driving me a little crazy at times. I had to step back and get back to it. But YouTube can drive a nigga crazy.
So why is that?
I don't know what it is.
No, dig through your brain and try to explain it as articulately as you can. Why do you think you became addicted to the shenanigans on YouTube?
Because
that's where they spend most of their time and their thoughts.
You spend a lot of time and thoughts away on it because it's a breakaway from conventional thought. Like on regular
escapism, right?
Escapism. It's escapism.
Okay. There it is.
Like when that dude ran up on Anton in that deli, he was real quiet. But when he go on the internet, you a bitch ass nigga, I fly you out like you a hoe. And I think it's this escapism outside of normal life.
Yeah, he gonna do nothing.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is the first time he really
have a whole alter ego.
Exactly, and I think that this is. But what happens when that alter ego becomes your new? What about when it becomes the new you? What when your alter ego takes over the whole new?
Yeah, they get
You'll never forget who you truly are before YouTube. It's just that not you, but a person might be compelled to develop their YouTube persona, like, find some way to amplify their YouTube persona. But when it comes to the real you before YouTube, you never forget that. You never forget that. You never forget how you operate in reality.
Yeah, but some of these niggas been doing this shit for 10, 15 years now.
Like some of the conflicts that I've had and the extreme level of cussing out that I've had on YouTube, I cannot count ever doing that in reality. Like,
but that's what people know you for.
Because I'm not trying to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? See, when you're face to face with somebody and they agitate you or let's say they step over a line, because I don't want to go to jail, there's some type of reasonableness I'm going to access in the compartment of my brain to make this go away. But on YouTube, you don't have to worry about nobody being in your face.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? So all that gumption comes out. And
I disagree with that.
And I had to have a, I guess, coming to Jesus moment. It's like, I wouldn't be talking this loud in public. Why am I doing it on a panel? I wouldn't be doing it. I wouldn't be, like fighting to talk. I wouldn't I would wait my turn. I was like, okay, they're talking. I'm going to wait my turn, and or whatever. Like, this talking loud stuff that I used to do, I had to drop that. I was like, that's not even how I operate for real.
But that's what got answered.
To me, I think they got different types of people on YouTube. Some people go carry themselves like they do in everyday life. I do that myself. What I can tell you on YouTube, I'm gonna tell you face to face. And then it's like me and old boy on Nida's channel.
You never lost your cool.
Me and him was bumping heads. He from New Orleans. Okay, well, nigga, I don't like fatty because I think the nigga a pedo. Okay, and when I'm talking about that shit, nigga, who the fuck are you to come get in with my? That's a serious topic. And me and you, and so we are like, nigga, what you talking about? We can meet up if you want. If you want GIF for this old pedo ass nigga, you might as well do it for real.
Your fatty ain't finna come from no Portuguese.
No, I'm talking about the dude that was from him. No, he's from New Orleans.
Really?
He's from Gentile.
Talking about Aaron.
But
Right.
that's
So when we go to talking like that, okay, well I'm the same nigga, dog. You
Why
know,
Aaron O look like an auntie with his mouth be sitting up there pursed all the time?
so I take it the same way I take it. You know, if I can't, I can tell a nigga something on YouTube. I can tell a nigga something face to face. That's just a man in me, though. I'm just different with that. Some people can do that different persona shit. They had other people meet up. You know, Taz met up with people that they bumped heads on YouTube. This shit go happen.
And that
nah.
dude that he
Anytime they gonna do
ran
that
They
too.
gonna have another. They gonna have another meetup, Mansfield meetup. Some of them niggas ain't gonna like each other either.
Nah, Anton was trying to set up a boxing match between other niggas, not himself. But another thing that I found this nigga just a very interesting nigga, as far as how niggas started acting on YouTube, started acting in real life. That nigga was vlogging the other night. I watched the shit. I'm like, man, this nigga wilding, bro. Like, this nigga is wilding. That shit he said about the baddies and shit and about his wife and everything. I was like, man, this shit crazy, yo. Your wife about to go into surgery. And you talking about flying some baddies out, man. I'm like, you reference these baddies.
That's why I think they on
Man,
drugs.
he gonna wind up being the same thing that the women talk about as far as the low down nigga is concerned.
I think they on drugs.
Man, he gonna mess
Drugs
around
gonna
with
make you
these
do that kind
baddies.
of shit.
It's gonna get him hemmed up in Detroit, and he gonna wish he left them baddies alone. You think about how much of little he doesn't want nobody. He run all that tough talk. Want nobody touch me. Want nobody do nothing to me. Blah blah blah. I run around Detroit. You are not intimidating, Anton. I mean, you have to call somebody to do that shit for you anyway.
Yeah,
So
then
you not gonna do it.
Fleece Johnson said he would have got him if he would have been in jail with him, prison with him.
That's for you. He not intimidating looking at all.
Anton do have some pretty smooth skin, so I bet his booty ain't got no pimples on it.
Nigga
I
be
bet
rubbing
that booty
Anton's back.
is smooth and brown. It might got a couple stretch marks, but I bet it's smooth and brown like his skin on his face. He ugly, but he do look like he got some nice skin on that bald head, unless that's a filter. So I bet the
He
ass is
makeup.
nice and one color. I bet Fleece will had a good time with that.
That could be makeup. You know these niggas wear makeup. They
It could be.
because they sponsored by Tej and shit. They got the whole lineup. They got the men's makeup.
It could be.
Yeah, them niggas wear. Cause we know lead attorney wear makeup. So like a lot of them niggas wear makeup.
Oh Lord. Yeah, see them niggas really into that YouTube shit.
Yeah, honestly, yo, I mean, yeah, y'all can call me hating, but I'm gonna
If
put
I
this
were
out
that
there.
woman, after he did
Wait,
that, I couldn't stay with him.
do y'all remember
No,
when
no,
the
you
lead
couldn't.
attorney
Who won't
was
be with a
getting
nigga wearing
makeup?
makeup?
Wait, but Mr. Kev, you remember when Kevin Samuels was giving lead attorney tips on the makeup? Y'all
Nah, well,
remember that?
Kevin Samuel was bisexual. He can't impress me with that. That nigga was just as fruity as everybody else.
But they do have makeup for men. I'm gonna keep it real, with you. I think Angry
Man,
Man.
they got makeup for men. That used to have to put it on when we go on the set, but that's not for no everyday. Keep the shine down and keep my nose from shining and shit like that because the camera and the lights on me.
Nah,
You think Angry Man
I
using
think
makeup?
Angry Man wear makeup too. Fuck that. I'm gonna
Well,
say
he
it.
dyed his beard and shit.
Nah,
Yeah, I don't know
I
about
think that nigga got
makeup.
makeup on for all them lights, like you were talking about, right? While he
That's
was
crazy.
criticizing Willie D for having bad lighting, nigga. Them lights get hot, nigga. And then so, he was criticizing that nigga, but that nigga don't be sweating or nothing like that. Nigga got that concealer on.
Stage makeup.
Yeah, that nigga. I think Angry Man wearing makeup too, yo. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it, yo. I'm gonna hate.
Stage
right now.
makeup.
I'm not wearing no damn makeup, man.
No,
That
Angry Man
stage
wearing
makeup.
makeup.
Or maybe they've been watching the girls' YouTube tutorials. Remember how they used to put milk and mag on there to keep the shine from bleeding through and all that good stuff back in the day?
When is he gonna get his teeth fixed though?
I mean, that's coming next, yo. He got the makeup line going now. I mean, that nigga.
You know they got false teeth that you could just, pop right in real quick and pop right out real quick. I don't even know why he doesn't do that if he's wearing makeup. From what you say,
Yeah, might as well go all the way out.
might as well go all the way.
Yeah, allegedly. I mean, I'm fucking that alleged shit. Angry Man, you got no makeup, man, my nigga. I just think you do, man. Every time you do that close up, I'm like, yeah, he's got no makeup, yo. I'm like, nigga, you got no makeup, my nigga. You already dye your beard. You already like Cat Williams and his wigs. So I mean, why not put the makeup on?
If I was his wife, I could not stay there. I have seen women, I work in a nursing home in a prison. I have seen women who are dying, and the lady husband came there to the nursing home left his girlfriend in the parking lot while his wife in there battling a cancer and pretty much waiting to die, cry. And I don't think after he said that while this lady going to surgery, that I would give whatever time I have left, 20, 30, 40 years, with somebody who would say something like that about me, because I knew the minute I really got down, he out. And I don't think I would want to have to deal with that toward the end of my life. So I think I'd cut my losses and get rid of his ass today.
I said the same thing, Coach. I'd rather be by myself.
Yeah, because what if her surgery don't go right? He can be more interested in making content than trying to walk her to the bathroom, and he gonna say that's a neutered nigga that's gonna help his wife to the bathroom through her surgery.
Help my wife. Her purpose is to help me.
You a neutered nigga if you help your wife to the bathroom after surgery and shit.
Why would you help your wife? You that's lesser than you. She's supposed to be your helpmate. You ain't supposed to be her helpmate.
Yeah,
that's why they look for the young ones. So the likelihood of them not having to help her through a medical crisis is lessened. That's why they look for the young ones.
A man who's 15 years or more older than her is a hospice wife. Bitch,
it's just like that man on what's that, Love in Huntsville, whatever. His wife had cancer and he made her have sexual intercourse, and she couldn't
Maurice. Maurice.
He didn't have no concern about her in pain, nothing, how she was feeling or nothing.
And he made comments about her hair.
Man, we get crook, man. That's what I'm saying. Sex and the worship of sex has just brought so much cruelty out of us all. This shit is out of line. It's just out of line.
Right. What did you marry me for if you gonna just be selfish? Because selfishness and marriage are not ideal.
I just hope she have a speedy recovery, because if she don't, man, that shit. That nigga might. I don't know.
I wish an elder would sit him down and tell him, nah, this ain't it. Where are the elders to sit his ass down and tell him?
I think a lot of guys have tried to, but his rebuttal was, y'all niggas are neutered. Y'all not real men no more. Y'all niggas is neutered. I mean, a lot of niggas have told that nigga, you fucking up.
A lot of men might be neutered, but I'm willing to bet his dick ain't more than 3 inches, and he couldn't be neutered because it wasn't enough to neuter him.
Yeah, I just want to ask this here.
He think cause you lose weight don't make your dick grow, and I don't even think it's all that. I don't know. I could just be looking.
Say the most shocking things.
Honestly, it does make your dick grow. But anyway, I want not to say that. But I want to say this here. If you men think that his wife Rita is the perfect wife, she supports him, she caters to him, she's at his beck and call, and then y'all also think that he's okay with when she's going to surgery and having something serious wrong with her, that it's okay for him not to help her or not to be there for her. What is the purpose of what do women get out of being married in 2024?
That nigga,
if you're gonna be married to men like this is crazy.
That nigga probably in a sexless marriage. They probably ain't even that nigga. They probably not even like that nigga put out way more YouTube content than I do. And I know I'm a baby daddy ass nigga, whatever, but cool. But you still, nigga, you got more time than I do.
Well, it appears that people can hire help for those things that they're uncomfortable with.
No. You like Needle. You work a real job. They don't work real job. This is their job. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So you can't compare how much they can put out to what we could put out.
I don't think he would even extend the money.
We have real families.
I don't think he would even extend the money to buy help.
You know how demanding nursing jobs is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Pastor, you can't compare yourself to him with putting out content because you have a real life. You have a real job. You have a real family.
I can't. Yeah, I can't. I ain't no way in hell I could put out 3 videos: a morning live, a late live, and then
Shit, I
shit. I
was
might
asleep,
just
and
text him.
my sister called me to tell me one of my cousins got killed in New Orleans. I would have still been asleep, but after she called me and told me, I couldn't go back to sleep. That's how I went live. Shit.
Oh, my condolences.
Yeah, thank you so
Sorry to
much.
hear
But I'm
that.
just
Sorry to hear
saying, normally I would have been asleep this
It was a
early.
youngster. There was a youngster.
No. He like
Oh,
maybe 45. He got killed under the you might have seen it on the news. It was on the news in New Orleans. Under the Gretna under the like under the bridge, the walkway.
mm.
You see that?
No, I haven't seen. I haven't watched local news in a minute.
Yeah,
But I
his
was just
name
asking. You
Ronald.
know, them youngsters knocking each other off.
Yeah. Well, he got in a fight with his girlfriend's brother
See, that ain't good. There.
and uncle. Maybe 2 weeks ago. And
Right, so you can't be fighting all
they
them.
were
That's a
at a
whole family.
barbecue. They were at a barbecue. And I think from the way my family saw it, it was like her uncle or something got drunk and kept calling him out his name. And he told him, like, cursed him out and said, I ain't gonna be that many or whatever. And the girl was in the house and they was in the backyard. And so when he went to fight the uncle, her brother jumped on him. And he wound up stabbing the uncle. So the police and stuff was looking for him for a couple of weeks. And then he just got found dead. And they killed him Friday night, but they didn't notify the family the Saturday. Yeah.
You think so? We automatically know that the girlfriend family more than likely
Well,
has.
we don't know if the police say they don't know if that's them who did it. We just know that was I don't even know if the police know all that happened, but that was the chain of events that. So we assume, you know what I'm saying? If something happened and then you get killed right after, you assume
they're related.
Yeah, you assume that's it's related.
Well, we know what it is.
Yeah.
We know what it is. You messing with it, and something happened.
Yo,
and the word left.
So if you also see on the news for today that house across the river in Gretna, that's on what's the name? Payen, that house got shot up and 2 people got killed in that house. So that's what I'm saying. This is how it goes. You should not do stuff to people and think stuff don't come back to you. You know what I'm saying? Now that's probably innocent people who ain't had nothing to do with none of this. But that house with that barbecue, they need to just move because that house ain't never gonna be right.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That house is always gonna be a main target. So all of this here, people think they do stuff like you ain't gonna suffer too. Everybody gonna suffer. You gonna suffer, we gonna suffer, you gonna suffer, we gonna suffer. Is everything gonna suffer? That's why I don't get into that street shit.
Yeah.
Did y'all read in the chat?
Vanilla.
Yeah, that Jimmy couch.
So is he really asking, can he come? I want to clarify. Is he asking, can he come up here and disrespect the black woman? Is that what he asking? Can a white boy jump on this hoe or y'all some Klansmen? I'm curious to see what that means.
I don't know why they always trying to come around talking about some rap music. Nigga, we want to talk about rap.
But no, can a white boy jump on this hoe or y'all some Klansmen? Is he asking, can a white boy come up here and disrespect the black man? I'm just trying to figure out what this question is what he asking. I don't know.
Look like he asking, can he come on the panel? Or are we some Klansmen that we don't?
Oh, yeah. You could come up. I can't say yeah because I ain't the host. But as long as you ain't on no fuck shit, because I'm really trying to decipher what the hoe is. So you mean, can you come on the panel? Is that what you're asking? You don't have to use profanity to kick it. You just say, are white people allowed on the panel? I can't say yay or nay, but you ain't got to say can of whatever lingo you're using.
He said no disrespect, but if you get out of line, you will get checked. That's it.
Pretty much.
Because I'm disrespectful.
Hey, yo, this
You're not disrespectful, baby. We're rebellious. We're rebellious.
rebellious, so
Tell us-
wayward. But nah, it's 12 degrees down here.
Jose, hold on. Jose gotta say it. She said better than Jose. What are
I'm
you?
rebellious. I'm rebellious. I'm rebellious.
I'll be ready for that.
All right, I'm gonna give me a king cake.
But it's a record low
I want a
down here.
king cake. Send me a king cake, Mr. Gal. I want a king cake so bad.
It's
Right.
13 degrees down this mug right now, boy.
Yeah, sure is snowing. But it wasn't that bad when I got left this
Jose,
morning.
you in Dallas too. It's snowing by you.
Yeah.
Damn.
It wasn't.
It's snowing in Dallas?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's 11 degrees.
But
Oh shit.
how the roads though?
Oh, they were fine. I didn't have no issue. Freeway was fine.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to Waco, and I was like, nah, cause there's some dark areas that they probably wasn't able to get to and get clean. You know what I mean? It's probably good riding through Dallas or whatever, but if you gotta go stretch out on that highway, I don't know how well they got the highway taken care of.
I mean, if you're going straight freeway, it's probably, you know how some parts of it was snow and then but the freeway was fine. It's mostly like coming out of your neighborhood or something. That's where the most snow is. But once got on the freeway, I was fine.
So it should be gone by tomorrow.
Because I left at one. I got to work at 2:15. So
I'm gonna jump down because I supposed to been outside the door at sunrise, but y'all bad influence self got me on the panel sitting on my butt doing nothing when I'm supposed to be working. But happy New Year, and I'm gonna listen to y'all from the clouds. All right, later.
all right.
Well, I didn't go. I ain't get out there on the highway and ain't messing around with
Well,
it.
I don't know about, like I said, I don't know about Waco, so I couldn't say about Waco.
Yeah, I ain't get out there and mess around with it. They probably got it clear, but I was like, nah, it's all good. I'll catch it this
Now,
time.
if it had been ice on the ground, I wouldn't come. I wouldn't come in at all.
I mean, see, I had to go from Arlington to Waco was like an hour and a half. I wasn't really trying to go out there and mess with it, you know what I'm saying, this morning at like 4 o'clock in the morning, you know what I mean?
No, that's too long a drive. Because it's actually, if it takes you an hour to get there, it's going to be longer.
Mm-hmm. I said, I'll catch it next. I'll catch y'all later on in the week if y'all, catch it later on. But I'm about to take me another nap since I ain't had to go to work. I'm going to hop up a little later and I might go live in the cold.
Okay. I forgot school is out. Ain't it Martin Luther King's birthday or something? Holiday? What's the day? Meal. Where did Meal go? Hello?
I'm right here, and today is MLK Day.
And y'all out of school, right?
Yeah, we out of school, but it's also Iowa Caucus Day. So if y'all watching the news like I'm watching the news, it's gonna be a big day for the next presidential election. Y'all paying attention? No?
No.
Nobody watched the Iowa caucus?
No. I don't.
Well, Pastor, I know you're a Republican, so I know you watch it.
I
know your ass gonna watch it.
I didn't catch it yet. I'm gonna catch it on YouTube though.
Oh, they've been talking about it all morning. They
See
can't
what they
wait.
talking about.
They're showing
I know
cafeterias
they got your girl dead stuck with that what started the Civil War thing, and she wouldn't say slavery.
What's
with
her name?
the Republican, the female, the woman.
What's
what's the Republican who wouldn't say slavery? I don't know who that was.
I forgot her name. Shit.
Oh,
She a
my husband said
Republican
Nikki
candidate, and
Haley.
they asked her what started the Civil War, and she said it was shit like the government trying to tell people what to do and shit like that. She said everything but slavery. Now it was slavery that started the Civil War.
My husband said her name Nikki Haley.
Oh yeah, that's who it is. Yeah, just skip all over the fucking slavery part.
I don't know, but he just said that's not what she said. I don't know. I don't know. He follows politics way more than I do.
Well, actually, what he says. I might be off.
Let me see. Baby, what did she say? Wait, let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. You'll tell him what she
said that slavery wasn't the primary reason for the Civil War. That's what she said. But they wanted her to say that slavery was, but the woman said it wasn't a primary reason.
But it was a primary reason.
It was economic.
It was economics, but fix your condo.
Yeah, them people weren't trying to free no slaves. That was a byproduct of the war. That's all. Ain't no different from the two. When they claim they're going to bring somebody democracy, and they bomb their country, tear everything up, and then the people come out with a whole different system. It's the same thing. Don't nothing change. Everything's still the same. They just rebranded. That's all.
Look there, baby. What you say, Miss Jose?
Huh? I ain't said nothing.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. What was your topic about Luna lost and turned down?
Oh, the topic. I got some more of that video I want to play about. You ain't hear about it? The chick Luna.
Yeah. I was saying you said lost and turned down.
I'm gonna play. Give me 1 second, yeah. I'll be right back. Yeah, it's Luna. She was on That's So Risky.
Again?
Yes, that's why I
After?
wanted to,
What, after she did whatever?
well, they did a
found out?
review. They did a review of her, so that's what I wanted to talk about. But say what you know about her.
No, I'm talking about the, because we talked about that on Bomb, then.
Yeah, girl. Black people today, girl. Look, I'm telling him. Now, it might be slick on the road, so if you see any like ice or whatever, just slow up and don't hit the brake. He gonna tell me go in there and get back on your thing, on your meat. Don't be coming out here trying to coach me.
What, he finna go to work?
Yeah. But the streets, they say it might have ice. Only thing I'm
Oh,
telling him is to be careful, but he don't want to hear that shit from me. Girl, man, it's something crazy. Talking about don't be out here coaching me how to drive. But so yeah, that's the topic. So cause girl, look, I have a 40-minute clip. We only got to 2 minutes of it because we started talking. So let me play a little more. Can you hear me?
mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get on the phone with the nigga. I don't care what they break on that truck. Then that means that I get to talk back if y'all want to talk about me. But you got OnlyFans? If you would let me talk, you would let me clarify. Like, let me finish the super chat real quick, y'all. Thank you, Marcus, for the super chat. So basically, Heathen, you're fake on YouTube. Wow. No, not fake on YouTube. Two, I'm still married even though I have an OnlyFans. So if you're single and you don't have an OnlyFans, that means that you're not desirable at all. So if there's people that are single and they don't. So that means if I'm married and on OnlyFans and you're single and not on OnlyFans, that means you're just not desirable at all. What you think? All right, let's keep going. Fair use. That just means that I have a good character. It has nothing to do with my character. That means if I'm married and have OnlyFans, that just means I have good character. What you think? Nobody? What the fuck is going on? Oh, listen, Lunatic and Taylor put her OnlyFans. Hold on. But you're not talking about me, so I can. Y'all figure it out, man. Get that truck unloaded. I'm telling you, y'all don't. Oh, I'm trying to get on the phone with the nigga. I don't care what they break on that truck. Talking about me, then that means that I get to talk back if y'all want to talk about me. But you got OnlyFans? Hold on, let me finish. If you would let me talk, you would let me clarify. Like, let me finish the super chat real quick, y'all. Thank you, Marcus, for the super chat. So basically, Heathen, you're fake on YouTube. Wow. No, not fake on YouTube. Two, I'm still married even though I have an OnlyFans. So if you're single and you don't have an OnlyFans, that means that you're not desirable at all. So if there's people that are single and they don't have an OnlyFans and I have an OnlyFans and I'm married, that just means that I have a good character. It has nothing to do with my character. If I choose to make money off of my usefulness and my body, that's okay. Because y'all can't do that because y'all don't work out and y'all can't read. You can't read. You gotta only ass, baby doll. You can't read. And like the people like said, you're done. Since you cooked yourself, your man allows you to show what OnlyFans and die married. Girl, you ready to be a whore? Is that what you saying? You ready to be a whore? You're right. That means my whore by themselves sit over here with my respectability. And now you got OnlyFans showing ass. Or feet. Or anything else. A whore is a woman who has sex for free. So if anything, you're a whore. A whore is a woman who has sex for free. If anything, you're a whore. I get paid. What does that shit mean? You gotta only ass, baby doll. You can't read. And like the people like said, you're done. Since you cooked yourself, your man allows you to show what OnlyFans and die married. Girl, you ready to be a whore? Is that what you saying? You ready to be a whore? You're right. That means my whore by themselves sit over here with my respectability. And now you got OnlyFans showing ass. Or feet. Or anything else. A whore is a woman who has sex for free. So if anything, you're a whore. A whore is a woman who has sex for free. Maybe no, ain't no OnlyFans a whore. A whore is a woman who has sex for free. No, answer the fucking
now you need to know this, ladies. 2024. A whore is a woman who has sex for free. Okay? Not a woman who get paid for it. They're respectable. What y'all got to say about that? Don't nobody, Shazay, you ain't got nothing to say?
Oh no, I ain't. I'm about to worry about that tramp.
Girl, I just can't believe they always putting these people like her, Pearly things, and it's gonna be another white woman coming to the fold. And I'm just sick of it. I'm so sick of it because let me tell you something. I could have easily emailed that man LeBeau Bank and asked him to come on and drag black men. Cause he be itching. Cause him and his black wife love to talk about niggas. And I just be like, nah, I ain't about to go through that rabbit hole again because y'all already tried to ban me. But, I mean, see, I'm different. I can at least admit that I let somebody come up here and drag these bandits and no, I don't believe none of the shit they're saying. I tell them in the email, don't be doing too much lying over here. You can get away with a little bit of lying, but don't do too much. But they will let these women repeat all this manuscript shit, knowing them hoes ain't believing none of it.
Mm-hmm. That's why I said, I don't know why these people following these people online. They flawed. I ain't following nobody like that. I'll listen to you, but I ain't gonna follow you.
What you doing today, Shazay? You at work?
I'm at work.
At where? Which one?
At the hospital.
Oh, okay. He said, thought a hoe get paid for sex. That's what I thought. But in 2024, a hoe is somebody who have sex for free. I don't know. Look, this YouTube terminology, we got to catch up, y'all. We got to catch up to YouTube.
Now they just got tricked. They always get tricked. These dudes always get tricked. That's why I say I don't believe nothing nobody say. I don't care. I don't follow nobody, none of that. I'll listen to you, but I ain't gonna follow you on your every word. Because I'm stubborn. I'm not gonna do it. If I don't like it, I don't like it. It is what it is. You can't make me.
Yeah, they be agreeing with some dumb stuff though. I ain't never in my life heard no hoe have sex for free. So you telling me prostitutes just going around giving away for free? They ain't making a living off of it? Girl, you make a living off of what you do. You say you sell your body for money. But you ain't no hoe because hoes do it for free.
Yeah,
So that's what your husband
you
are
still,
convinced you?
yeah, you still one. You got a husband. You still the same. You get money and they don't.
That's crazy. I used to think that was called a slut. A slut don't get paid. A slut just, I don't know. I don't like using all these shady terms, but this woman coming up with all kind of different translations. She coming up with her own definitions of words. But anyway, I've been up here almost 4 hours, y'all. And thank everybody for coming up.
All right. Sean, what's his name? Sharon is on.
Yeah, I see a lot of people live. That's why I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and go down. I ain't get one cash app, y'all. Not one. But anyway, I love y'all. Thank y'all. Everybody who came up, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 500, y'all. I'm almost there. All right. Thank you so much, Josie. I'll see you over at Sharon channel later.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.